Hi, how are you doing? Welcome to Fate Weaver's Halloween edition, where we've been installing for an hour, maybe two, and we decided to start the recording the moment that Hala left the sitting. So we are just going to act as if we are talking amongst ourselves for a minute or two until she gets back and doesn't realize it. Or maybe she has...
She's got a headset on, so she knows.
Maybe she has a headset, who knows. Also, I have this, I forgot to show you before we started recording. I have like the board that I broke for my black belt exam of Taekwondo like a couple of years ago. And I just wanted to show you guys how fucking amazing my wife is. She drew like a Charmander.
Oh, that's cool.
Because she saw that all of the other kids were drawing on the boards, like the parents. And she was like, I'm going to do the same for my almost 30-year-old husband.
I think it's
and in the end, you decided to try and kill a poor little Charmander, you monster.
Yeah. Hey. I just gave him like some rare candy.
White little fits, baby.
That sounds no,
what you did...
like pedo bear.
No. What you did was you killed him and mashed him into rare candy so that you can feed it to the other Pokemon that you have that are performing better than that poor Charmander.
Let's be careful, because that's how mad cow disease started.
He's not wrong, but how did you get there?
Well, mashing up Pokemon and putting it to other Pokemon, you get mad Pokemon disease. Pokemons are animals, mad cow disease.
And also we've seen enough Pokemon TikTok stuff. You know, have you seen the one where they cut up the Chikorita?
Wait, what?
I'm not a TikTok guy.
What kind of... Jason, do we need to have a conversation about how your TikTok reflects the world?
Actually, it wasn't TikTok. I think it was Instagram.
What's like the darkest, weirdest part of TikTok that everybody has got into? And no, TikTok is not...
I'm not saying that while we are recording.
I haven't got TikTok, so I don't have TikTok.
She knows that we are recording.
I haven't got it.
Do you see any headphones on me? You're on speaker. I heard every single thing.
Oh no.
Told you so.
Oh well.
Next time we are going to do it with like a paper.
Just looking at our social medias, we shouldn't have a bird anymore. It should be an X. You know, because our Lord and Savior, Elon Musk. X be his name.
X gonna give it to you.
I'm trying to think of like the weirdest part I've gotten on TikTok, and I'm not entirely certain if it is like the how to cook a cockatrice piece by piece, all like dungeon meshy, like how to do dishes with like fantasy meat. But I'm thinking that is probably fairly normal for
Sweet,
whoever
that is. I'm a child.
I can tell you where this is all. I only used TikTok for a day because I was going to try and do something for like a YouTube channel that I had. I decided to watch old British comedies, you know, like all the skits, and I thought they were funny. Instantly went down a racist like Brexit hole like that. It's Kate. What's her name? Who's the famous British woman who's an ass? Kate. Is it
Margaret
Kate?
Thatcher.
No. Well, yeah, she's an ass. Who's the blonde? She named this kid India. What? That doesn't help. She also had an affair in a field. Anyway, yeah, just comedy to straight racism in like 5 TikToks.
Oh, so just like Donald Trump's speech last week, the rally.
Essentially. I just want to put out there I'm not a racist. I just like old-fashioned humor.
I'm not going to burn you while we are recording. I'm going to have a talk with you after we stop recording.
I'm not dressed as a Mexican, I swear. I'm dressed as Mr. Beast.
Jamaican.
Saying Mr. Beast doesn't make it better. According to my wife, the weirdest part of TikTok that we have made it is an account I think called like True Anatomy.
That's cool.
They have like the organs, like brains, hearts of like people. For medical research or for like medical studies on the unis, and they show like the dissection of like the organs, like the lungs of like somebody that was a smoker, the lungs of somebody that died on like an accident, and it's very raw.
I mean, there is an exhibition like Body World
Mm-hmm.
in Heidelberg, which I was like twice already. It's like preserved, resined in, siliconed in humans.
I don't know if you've ever gone to a UK secondary school like biology lab. We just had like, what's it? Like
I was snipping around it hard when I was like
But
15.
we had like horse fetuses and stuff like that, and like like the gels. What do they call them?
Does anybody realize that we have not finished a single conversation and we have jumped like topics 5 times in 3 minutes?
Welcome to TikTok.
Welcome to ADHD.
Welcome to Fate Weavers, where
And
your dreams and
I have a question for the other that haven't spoken yet. Are you guys alive? Do the ADHD people bully you? You can talk, you know. Oh no, Brain is muted.
Brandis, you're muted.
Don't need it.
Oh, I am. Well,
You're
Don't
still
need
muted.
he's not. Not on Discord because he
Yeah.
is saying he's got sound.
So it's
So there
like
is no
his probably his headset or
Mic?
adjustments or something.
Welcome to the Halloween episode.
Yeah. Also,
He's actually a ghost.
I'm a little bit offended that we've been talking for like almost 2 hours and nobody has mentioned anything. As if like I dress like this every day.
You kind of do.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I always bleed.
Well,
from
truth
the
be
eyes.
told, that I kind of like order a unicorn onesie that was supposed to be for today, but it didn't arrive.
No, I just
I
set my
mean-
sensitivity down.
Oh,
Hear
okay.
him!
There we go.
There we go. No, I was saying my Halloween is I have an exam this afternoon.
Oh,
With that in mind, let's get started so that.
Bryn can jump off quite
Yeah.
quickly.
Like, did you study?
Oh no, Oh yeah, I've got like 30 pages of like a notes document in the background,
Never done so much.
The other day,
and that's the collated. That's the collated version. That's like the short version.
Jesus.
I found like a page on TikTok that you can upload like a PDF of anything and it will turn it into like brain rot. You know, like the TikTok videos of like running and collecting coins and an AI voice going like, so this is the thing, and like it explains you like mitochondria on like brain rot.
The powerhouse of the cell.
Yeah.
Or like the ones where they have like Minecraft parkour in the background or something.
with a simple AI reading a Reddit story.
Yeah.
My wife cheated on me last week. This is how I got revenge.
So back to D&D.
Yep.
Yeah, we are here for that. You're right.
What's D&D?
All right. I
That's a
need to do
fucking
a
shit show
recap.
if you look at D&D 1.
I need to do a recap, don't I? It would be a shame if I were to not do it and tell the players to do it. Everybody was here last week.
Not
So,
yet.
No.
No.
Oh, okay. We come out of a cloud. We flew about, and then we flew about some more, and then we flew about some more,
We did some
mother of
downtime stuff.
and then we flew about some more, and that was it.
And Eric has 0 exhaustion.
Hallelujah!
Everyone clap hands. What I would say is, though, if you do want to find out what happened last time, go back and watch our previous videos. They are now split into nice, but chunk-sized pieces for you to watch when you're driving a car or
Well,
cleaning the dishes. or
No,
having a poo.
no, do not watch these videos while you're driving a car. Please, we will not be held liable for any damages that you
So,
Don't watch the video, but you could put the video on or listen to the audio. Don't do anything illegal under my supervision.
so
don't threaten you with a good time.
You can certainly
I
have
told
good
you.
time while you're watching
We've-
this.
We flew a ship. We did downtime. We flew a ship. Eric got annoyed at Gabba because Gabba suggested something.
Mhm.
We flew a ship. Gabba annoyed someone else. We flew a ship. I think I annoyed a lot of people last time. We flew a ship.
A cat for 4 hours.
Oh, I almost got sexually harassed.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say almost.
Yeah.
99% of the way there.
Okay, I was so yeah. But if you would like to watch that, please watch our previous videos. Like and subscribe. It really helps out. I
And
really
ding
don't want to
that
work
bell for all notifications.
Yeah, I really don't want to work for my company anymore. Please make me famous. I'll suck Matt Mercer's dick. I'm wearing his. I'm literally repping his company. Please.
Dude,
Get me onto their website.
You know what? Hear me out. Not the worst thing you could do to get famous.
Oh yeah. Just got hot 2 on that thing.
Oh.
I
Can we just
No.
stop, please? Jesus Christ.
think Gabba should start on what level are we?
12.
11 exhaustion points, right?
I think it's such a good time.
I don't even like pretend that I have the power over this recording anymore. I just you have to let
That's
it
a
go.
fun thing. You never did.
Holy fuck!
Shit.
At the very least, we are not live, and I can somehow edit this, which I'm not going to do.
Oh, no! This is what people come for if they do ever want to watch this. It's the personalities that shine through, man.
If they ever
Not
want
just
to
the
watch
D&D.
us.
Yeah.
Wow, the confidence.
If I ever get arrested and this goes on trial, this is not my true persona. This is just for, entertainment purposes.
The fact that you have to
Sure.
clarify that.
So-
That's what they
Legal
all
offense.
say.
So,
It wasn't me, it was Martha. The second persona.
can we fucking get started?
No.
Now we're just doing a podcast.
Hey guys, welcome to Fate Weeder Podcast.
So, let's go to the map. Let's go to the map. Let's go to the
Let's
map.
go to the beach. Eat.
It's died on my head.
There is no beach.
So,
Let's go get away.
So, let's look at the map. This time, as Callum so eloquently put it, you flew something, and you flew some more, and you flew some more, and you ignore people, and you ignore the location, and you pissed up some people, and you pissed up some more, and you almost got sexually harassed.
Yep.
But you flew, and the important part of the fact that you flew is that the ship allowed you to see the map of your world for the first time. All of you had this parchment map as the idea of the world prior to the fracturing. No map has been able to chart the world after the fracturing 70 years ago. So navigation through airship is very dangerous, with no real way of knowing where or how to get there. So the map that you have from the old world, as you fly closer, the sensors of the ship are able to chart terrain and show you what the world actually looks like outside of this parchment map. You had charted a course to the northernmost part of the world, to what used to be where the continent of Lumer was, where the Ambrician theocracy had its territory. You hope that the Longstadt Empire, the remnants of what used to be Ambricia at some point, are somewhere in that hemisphere, based on the abundant daylight that you could always see growing up, those of you that grew up in there. The way that I recommend leaving the route rather than measuring it after you measure is using a drawing tool. Somebody can just draw on the map and it will appear. Not me, because I'm sharing the screen and I don't want you to see what I can see if I let go of this token of the Elysian Veil.
Right, how do I... Is it a pen? And then I will use this, and I will go... oh no, that's a lips. No! Alright, get rid of this! Ah! Delete.
What are you doing?
Right, you want me to draw a big old cock?
Nope.
Right, so let's get this.
What are you doing? Where are you? I don't see you.
And then we draw this.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And then we went this way, and then we went this way. There you go, that's where we started.
Yes. Yeah.
Pretty accurate, actually. Start
Yeah,
and
not bad.
There you go.
Actually not bad.
And how do you plan to proceed to the north?
I did this. I already did it. We go this way to 12.
Yeah, but
You go this way?
somebody fucking draw it so that it remains.
There. There.
I can see it.
See? We color coded,
Well,
bitch.
just move us over there. I mean,
Uh,
I'm presuming we'll keep flying.
presumably.
Oh, what's happening?
I'm moving their thing.
Nani?
She found the fall. I wonder
So-
where that is.
I'm going to need a couple of skill checks before you move.
Oh, bollocks.
Fun.
Oh, who's asleep?
Right.
That's why I didn't move you.
Sorry.
So, let's do some skill checks as you are moving.
What's that? Who's asleep before we carry on?
It is.
Yeah, which day? What shift is this?
It is exactly 18 of Twilight. It is a Christ's Day at 3 a.m. So this should technically be
Night shift.
evening. So let's transition to darkness.
3 a.m. Ooh.
3 in the morning and then it's evening.
Well,
Middle of the fucking night.
super far north.
Well, it's,
super far
well,
north.
it's early morning technically.
Our ship has a light radius of like 3 miles.
And
Jesus.
We're very
Could you
stealthy.
imagine?
and this part of the travel that you just move yourself ahead without doing what you were supposed to do, which is this, is going to be the next 8 hours. So we are about 3 hours in the beginning of the night shift.
In the beginning.
The night shift is Gaba, Eric, Bishar, and Ephraim. Everybody else is resting. So,
So good.
Take dice.
Oh yeah, take dice.
fate dice.
Yes.
I always forget about fate dice.
Oh god, my DM always forgets about his fake dice. How rude.
So, I rolled a 3. That's a dice for you.
I like just how Callum's screen when you look down is just hats.
Yeah, and each time that I look at him, he has like a different hat.
Mhm.
Okay, Hala,
You asked for Halloween.
Oh.
that's a dice for me. Bryn,
2.
that's a dice for you. Jason,
3.
dice for you. Callum,
2.
fucking dog so that I don't have to look at your face.
Look at me, bitch! Look at me!
That's a dice for you. Rick,
Oh, I've lost a hat.
3.
that's a dice for you. Fuck. And David,
1.
holy fuck. So Bryn is the only one that gifted me with the dice.
He was the one.
No.
Oh well, Hala. Then I
I broke the streak. Boo.
You don't want it? Give it to. What
Shame
the
on
fuck?
you.
How many?
I'll do 7.
So, as you guys are traveling during the evening, this music is too dramatic for this.
My Halloween outfit. It's called Too Many Hats.
Let's say. How about?
And I spring
this?
into action.
This should be better. So, during the night shift, I'm going to need a couple of skill checks from the ship crew. As we mentioned earlier, this is going to be checks for the pilot and checks for the Arcane officer, who is the one checking the sensors and keeping out an eye. So it's going to be a perception check from Eric with the ship sensors, which is +4 if I remember correctly. Air pulse sensors.
Can I give advantage to anyone?
I'm not going to say advantage, I'm going to say you can give them like a plus. Like choose one of the two and you give them like the plus of your skill. So like if you choose Eric, you give him like your wisdom. And if you choose Bishar, you give him your dexterity to add to his roll.
Right, I'll work with Bishar because I've only got dex.
Right. And Bishar, you would be a piloting check, which is airships, air vehicles, which you don't have. So it would be just with a +4 of the ship.
Right. Doesn't use any of my skills then.
No.
Right. And what do I add from your dexterity?
+4.
Plus.
No, from Kaba, I mean.
Oh.
+3. I'm just double checking. I think it's +3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I will remind you guys, your engine is at 37 out of 48, and your shields are not full. And you have just
need
chosen
to recharge.
You have just chosen to travel a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
12.
9, 12 hours.
Yes.
So.
We're down.
Well, we're definitely.
But we are over land. We can land, and we can.
Yeah.
We're just going to decide where we want to land and make sure we're none of the Joralf. We can destroy our ship very easily.
And you first need to see if an event happens after we do these 2 skill checks. So.
Skill check.
Yes.
For perception was a 18.
Okay.
And a 14 for me.
14 total. Okay. You guys are flying for about 5 hours. Hour. Oops. You fly for about 5 hours. You start seeing, even during what is the evening, it is still slightly bright in the horizon, especially on the north, in the direction that you are heading. You can see that there's almost as if like a sun was setting down on the distance, but never goes dimmer than a setting sun. It's almost as if you were in a perpetual sort of like dusk. And as you are flying, you start seeing how the sun starts rising. At around this moment, everybody's waking up, doing like their morning routines, and they have like the time before they need to man their post. You are at this point here, and Eric, the sensors of the Elysian Vale catch something. You see a patch of land that is bigger than the other ones that you have crossed before, and you start examining this piece of land a little bit, and you find that there seems to be some sort of arcane energy underneath this piece of land. You start checking on the sensors, looking what this arcane energy does, and the sensors identify it as some sort of enchantment plus abjuration sort of magic. But there's also hints of transmutation as if it is pulsing from time to time, little pulses. Sporadical and erratical, but still there. And you start seeing that in the distance. What do you do at this moment?
Okay.
Sorry, and what I one more thing, and like with the magic, you notice that this piece of land is not like moving erratically with like the currents of wind, like the drifter lands that you came across as you were flying here. It seems to be moving, but at like a much slower rate, almost as if it was quasi-static.
Can I try to ascertain? Try and ascertain what particular magical effect might be causing this? Sorry.
It's 3 a.m. It's alright.
Yeah, it's 3 a.m. I'm role-playing the 3 a.m. Eric. He's near exhaustion level.
It's 8 a.m., but you've been awoken for a while. So
Yeah, graveyard shift, bro.
can you give me an Arcana check?
Yeah, boy, I can. Get advantage because of my Storm Rune Giant. That is a... Let's have a look. Arcana +4. Ooh, well, yeah, because of my intellect. That is unnatural 20.
So like
Dirty
Hala,
20.
like Hala says, a dirty, flaccid, horrid 20.
I never said flaccid in my life.
To be fair, I was going to say blue pill 20, but you know.
I'm gonna use that one. Okay. It seems as if the magic resembles a little bit of levitation or fly spells, but in a much larger scale. And as you start delving into this, it's almost as if it's not a single source of magic. It's not like a giant arcane scripture that covers the whole land. And you start catching this as you are getting closer to the place and the sensors are able to gather more accurate information. It seems to be almost like thousands of smaller glyphs with limited functionality. Almost as if instead of taking the power of concentrating and making like the arcane scriptures in real time to adjust for like the changes in the direction of like flying or the strength of the levitational pull of a levitate spell, it's almost as if each glyph takes care of only one single function and is responding to something that the sensors are not able to perceive in this moment, because your sensors only are able to make it to the border of this land. You can see that there's also a lot of trees, a lot of vegetation in this place as you are getting closer. But the sensors at this moment don't catch more, so if you want to get more information, you will have to continue the rest part of like the other 4 hours that you said you were going to be moving. But that's the information you get at this moment. What do you do?
At this particular junction, what are my engines at currently?
It would be 4 more, so it would be at 29.
9. And it's 1 unit per hex, correct?
It's 1 hour and 1 energy unit per hex.
So...
Don't you tell me that there's something easy in D&D.
Well, I'm trying to think.
Could always inquire with your captain.
Yeah,
I
at this
mean,
moment,
could-
Eric is the only one that has been checking this on his station. Bishar and Gaba are not aware of this. They are just flying in the distance. Gaba is probably like checking other things, helping Bishar pilot. Maybe Gaba takes like the piloting from moment to moment. So yeah, Eric is the only one aware of this.
He would. I think he would be interested. First, getting there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
3, 4, 5, 7, 8.
Who do we appreciate?
Another 8.
So what are you
puts us
thinking,
down to
Jason?
20. So I'm thinking, because curiosity can
Kill the cat.
satisfy the cat.
Kills.
So
Curiosity kills the cat.
I know I'm saying it ironically.
Oh.
This this universe, it's the other way around. Sayings are different.
Alright, I'm trying to think if we want to go exploring or not.
Curiosity alives the cat.
So what I want to know from you
Will
right now.
I will remind you that it's your family on the line.
Yeah.
And when I suggested a
that's-
detour, I
yeah,
got
the
shouted at.
What I
Yeah.
need from you right now, Jason, is to know if you relay this information to the rest, or do you remain silent and continue on the course?
I think he would remain silent.
Okay.
He'll
Okay.
he'll mark the island.
Sorry, the one that was
or-
producing the energy is the one on the distance. This one, not
Gaba remembers this.
Not
oh,
this
not
one.
this one.
Oh right,
no.
someone fucked me over then. Yeah,
Oh, so
we're
it's
going
not
that
a
way.
Jason.
All right,
Okay.
fair. Then if we're going that way, I will obviously then let le Capitan and the other my other crewmate know that FYI, island's got magic stuff. As though it's being floated by levitation magic.
The island?
Yes, I would
Aren't-
Sorry,
be a little wary.
and I'm going to
And-
give
oh,
you
islands.
one more piece of information, because I'm seeing that you are only 4 hexes away from one specific part of the island. If you guys come to the left onto journal notes, you should
Yeah.
be able to toggle notes display, which is going to make you see these icons that you are probably not seeing.
Toggle.
Oh,
Yeah.
Iris crossing.
No, I just see quest when I toggle
I
notes
can't.
display.
I toggle it, but I still can't see it.
Wait, where? Where'd you click?
See the bookmark on the left.
Yep.
This
The
is journal
Oh, I
notes. Click on
see.
that.
You got it? Are you all seeing it?
No,
I don't see
click
nothing.
Technical pictures.
Nothing is always easy with you.
Do we see a tower by any chance?
So, since you are only 4 hexes away, you can see in the sensors structures. Simple, the scanner just pick out like majority of wood, a wood known as dragon blood wood. And the sensor just picks about a dozen or so of life forms in this space here.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't saying shit.
Gonna Gaba's. If you tell this to Gaba's out loud is
Yeah.
obviously what number one is getting to Gradia, no, to Naur Zhandia. Second thing is if we can get to one of the towers, we can pull Joraf in and stop him. So if we have some sort of inkling that is one of the towers, Gaba will pursue that over going to Naur Zhandia because helps our cause because we basically delay Jor-El. We don't just delay the army, but we need to delay Jor-El because he's basically the vanguard of that.
Sorry, one question. If I understood you correctly, you are saying that there is one of the 4 towers in Naur Zhandia?
No. I'm saying if that thing is one of the towers.
No, that is Iris Crossing.
Yeah.
Oh, you said it was a.
Mostly
Oh.
wood, only a dozen or so of creatures, an island held by magic that does not move and seems to be static, and a dragon blood wood. That is, all of you should know at this point that this is Iris Crossing in the land of Almira. That is where you guys first came to the Longstadt Empire.
You're thinking I can remember 2 years ago?
More like
Yes.
3
It's
and a half.
where the fire incident happened with
Yeah.
Vishar.
With the zombies.
Yeah.
Vishar's not allowed to.
Oh,
Trial,
there's
yes,
that.
yes.
Iris Crossing. Iris Crossing was,
The place
if I
where
remember
you arrived as
correctly,
you came back from Grelia. After Grelia,
We had that
I'm
weird
trying to
walk.
think.
you
Yes,
Yeah,
we
you're
went
right.
from there
Thinking-
towards big trading city, and then we would
Yeah, but
It
I'm
was
also thinking,
supposed-
what is the allegiance?
it was supposed to be the place where Grelia was going to be linked with the bridge, but since Grelia never came, it was just a frontier town that was never going to get a connection. So people were in very bad mood and a lot of panic. Also, all of the refugees from Bishar's island were here and they were poor and they only had like a couple of copper coins. There was no buildings other than the central hall where Estelis, the quote-unquote selected mayor for this place, was forming like the law house and the places of like civic, political central. This is where you guys arrived with some people that were infected in the Nayarmas and some zombies.
Isn't Kohoha here?
Kawoha was supposed to be there
Yeah.
resting for a couple of days until he got better, and he was going to continue his path towards Elam with a druid female who called him, "Oh, my lovely sunflower."
Oh. Right, so.
Yeah, that
I'm
was
sorry.
vaguely familiar. Okay,
Right.
right.
Oh,
So
we
I
literally,
think-
if you go left of that, we're next to Zhandia.
Yeah.
Did you get-
It's kind of up a bit further.
So
yeah, but because we're this way though around. If you look at the world map,
this is the moment
Yeah,
that
it's
I
right
would
there.
recommend you guys go back and check the map of.
that's what I'm doing. Yeah,
map
that's
of
what I'm doing.
Longstadt.
So we can't get to West Line because it's literally flying over Alamia, so we can't
So-
get to my country. That's
You
true though
guys-
in the West Line.
Would be around. If I had to put you like the Elysian Vale.
Oh, it is closer.
Eli-
Oh, we basically did.
the Elysian
Why don't
Vale
we get
would
a
be
nice?
like here in the scale of this map, because this map has like a lower it's like a scale much smaller than the world map. So
Oh,
you'd
so we're
be
near, we're basically near
there.
Nasandia then. We're closer to Nasandia than we are.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but we don't exactly know where
So-
Naur is.
This would be Almeria.
No, it's
I mean, no, it's
It's the
Nasandia.
one-
It's not it.
with
the one up.
Iris Crossing.
Yeah.
I'm going to draw the path that you guys
Can we get the names on the map?
there. The names are on the map. If you hover over them. That's the journal notes. Go into journal notes, and there's like a little pin with like a ball on the top that says toggle notes display. Click on
Yeah,
that.
I have it on. Nothing happens. I have it off. Nothing happens.
yeah, it's not
That's,
doing much. Although this map's a little different than the one that's on World Anvil.
I have just the bridges. I have the bridges name on it. Nothing else.
Do you see it now? Like
Still the bridges.
one here in Almeria. Do you see it?
Where is Lymelia?
this one.
Yeah, I only have the bridges that hover.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've lost connection to the server.
And they all
That's-
say Ethereal Bridge.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of remember where things are.
If you go to the World Anvil map in the main chat,
That's weird. You should
That
be
gives you-
seeing them.
that's where I'm looking at. Because that gives
Although
me
I feel like-
a nice thing.
It's slightly different, I think. But yeah,
Is it?
Yeah.
just the shape's a bit different.
Do you see it now?
It's weird.
Did it
Oh
appear?
yeah, now I can see stuff.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I see it.
Oh yeah,
Man.
Really?
13.
So you,
Oh.
are you seeing all of them now? Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but the majority.
The ones that you know the names of. I only
Right.
put the ones that
Yeah,
you guys
we-
know the names of the district.
Right, so we can get Naur
Yeah,
Zhandia
we
quicker.
moving.
I'm going to
basically.
draw the path that you followed when you first came to Iris Crossing.
Hmm.
So you came
And
to
Mary,
Iris Crossing. This is
Yeah.
where the zombies and Bishar fire happen. You crossed
Mhm.
the forest.
Fire zombies.
You found a fort with goblins, and that's where
Yes.
you met Sutsut.
Oh god.
Oh, that fuck. That fuck.
So
And we also went to a tavern and killed a
Earth.
what's an Albion?
so
A rebel spy.
Sutsut's fort.
No.
Let's add it there so that you guys know that you saw it there.
Is it Zoot fort? I don't believe Zoot was the commander of this fort.
Oh no, he wasn't at
He
all. but
was.
It's
he
the only one that you
wasn't.
remember the name of.
I think that's
Yeah.
the only one we got the name of.
I needed a
Yeah, the
Joralf
rest
needed a
were all-
slave. That's why.
Before
Sorry,
we
everyone, I
cooked
kind
all
of-
the rest of them.
I
That
needed
is-
to power up, so I needed a slave.
This fort was where you lost Gaba, and Gaba was
Oh.
taken by AzerrA as the goblins were
Eric.
making some sort of portal to bring something to here to
Yeah.
Almeria, and there was a
Eric let me
priestess
fall, didn't he?
that
He just let me go.
Quattle set like the tent of all of the goblins on fire with subtle spell.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that
yeah.
so you ruined the portal, the ritual that was happening, but
Ruin
you lost
or
Gaba.
improved.
Then in the path that you were following to the forest, you used the archive key for the first time because you wanted to know what the fuck was that portal. Until this
Oh
moment,
my god.
you hadn't used the key because you
Yeah.
were very suspicious of Sheila.
Mm.
So that's where you met Shoralf, as he was trapped in the library.
Or because Ephraim invited me out.
And you also met Magni, best NPC of the campaign, loved by most. You continued your way down to Almian. This is where you had the tavern, where Thuras knew the owner of the tavern, and it was kind of like a American diner with like a show of like a dragon being slain by the owner. This is also where Shoralf met a dwarf with a shield that had the shape of a woman, which you figured out it was one of the daughters of the royal family. So after you left this place, you proceeded back to the bridge. Here in the bridge,
Joralf still got a dwarf after him.
you had some issues in the bridge. You saw Maribel, Mirabel, the beast walker feline
Druid.
that came from underneath the clouds, flying
Oh,
on
yes.
a mutated giant-sized mosquito. Bishar fucked them up with like a bind that drew them back underneath the clouds.
Oh yeah, and also petrified the creature
Yeah.
as well with wild magic.
And I'm pretty sure I burned everyone yet again, and you're all like, "Why are you burning me for?" I'm like, "I'm so sorry. I'm just don't know my powers." Ooh.
And then you made it to Kerth. This is the city where Kaine's parents lived, where Kaine chose to adopt Kaulike, where you went to some market, and there was a cathedral because the emperor was going to be here doing a speech. That's where Gaba came with a Mashitek rifle, shot Emperor Longinus. No, what? Emperor Leonius. and Shoralf ended up killing him, taking back his powers as a Scion, and then the city was attacked the next day by the flying ship. As you were on Kaine's parents' house and went out to the plaza to see what was going on. Attacked a guard of the Royal Watch, took his helmet to communicate with the high arcanist Valera Beleron, and got into like the ship, the Cloudbreaker. You had a fight against High Inquisitor. How can I'm still remembering so many names without reading anything.
Luciana something.
Luciana Valera was the High Artificer. It was the Grand Inquisitor Serafina von Helion.
Oh yes.
And you had a fight, and then Shoralf teleported away with Luciana Valera, and pretty much revealed that Luciana Valera knew Shoralf. They kissed each other, and then Shoralf, Callum gave me control of Shoralf as he became the beeline of this arc. You all arrived at Equestria when Gava saved all of you by giving you bracelets of friendship that allowed AzerrA
quote unquote
that allowed AzerrA to interact directly with you, as if you were extensions of Gava. They took you to like the domain of AzerrA, where you had a dinner with the lovely Daemon, explained some stuff, and froze Thuras and Marlish. Marlish discovered that he was not a young boy, instead he was a young slime. And Thuras became even more corrupted by AzerrA. You went down to Equestria because AzerrA could take you there easily, and it was supposed to be an easy way of making it back up. And then you met...
Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah, I know.
Ignatius, Eric, Gaba killed a merchant and by smoking the place. And
we still going?
Yeah, do we?
And everybody then saw the tower appearing. Then you went through the trials of the tower, met Theron, met some other figures of the past, had a thing with like statues and gods, where you figured out that they were administrators, not gods, and that apparently they were linked by the demons, and that something had happened, but you were still not aware of the truth. And then when you made it to a city that was supposed to be called Tialpili, which is a city that appears on like Legends of Creations of the races, it's like not of this world. You saw how it was being destroyed by something that came out of magical gates of pure energy. As the battle ensued with these void creatures, the dragons were sort of winning, but Eric chose to absorb the magical gate to give power back to Mirko, his animal spirit goddess bunny companion, Soul Link. And then stuff happened, a combat of 16 hours, and then Kirsch's had some stuff with Gava. Apparently Gava absorbed AzerrA inside of her to keep living, and became a daemon instead of a scion. And then Kirsch's gifted you a ship, and here we are. It's been a long time.
Well,
So, if you ever need your DM to give you a recap, say you can't remember anything, and then he gives you an entire recap of the campaign.
I'm low-key
How many
amazed that I
invocations?
remembered so many things.
So, should we just head straight to Zhandia? Or
Now,
you know, do
I'm
we want to go get?
use a different color to show you the path that if you had continued walking instead of going to the underworld, the path that you would have followed, because there is no bridge that connects Lorelei, the district you were, with Naur Zhandia, or with Elam, Elam, the city of guilds that you wanted to go with.
Jesus Christ, we had to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bridges.
This is the
Why
path.
isn't there a bridge there? That doesn't make any sense.
I feel like in the map on World Info.
Yeah, but there's a reason why it's not like that. Ephraim, Quotl, or Eric, I will allow you to give me a history check to see if you know the reason, the real reason.
Okay.
Why?
I do one.
Okay.
Gaba? Gaba can also take part of this.
Yeah.
Probably not.
I mean, it's not too long. The bridge we established was like 200 something feet long.
Yeah, I'm going to
One,
force you guys to reload this page. I'm going to put it in hexes so that you can we can follow the same idea of like one hex, 1 hour of travel. So this will be
Another
Nat 20.
for a total of
blue pill 20.
Nat 20 for Nat 20.
Only 10.
so 20 is the highest we have.
Yep.
Okay.
Gabba's a little nerd.
No, Gaba. I wouldn't say Gaba is a little nerd. I would say Gaba probably knows this because
She was a history nerd. That was a bad
the elders of like her tribe probably thought this, and it's like a little truth that exists, but that nobody really says, because it's against the empire talking about this. It's revolutionary talk. The propaganda truth of why there are no bridges is because there are not enough resources. There are not enough stones or arcanists to create bridges there. That is also the reason why only certain big cities have like barriers protecting them against wind and elemental threats. The real
Mr. DM, can I guess the real reason? Just off the top of my head.
Go for it.
They don't want a quick route from Naur Zhandia to District 1.
You got it. If you notice, the districts that are the farthest away and don't have like a quick way of getting there are Elam, Naur Zhandia, and the Orcish territories. And the Dwarvish territories are close to the capital. So if
Racist
you
motherfuckers.
look at the map, you will notice that the capital has quick access to everything that it needs if it wanted to close off specific places. Longstadt has access to the 2 of the dwarven mountain ranges, a forest of soft wood, and a fountain of water with a lake. And then all of these places are districts that are mainly human populated, or dwarven in the worst case, which are the ones that are the easiest to buy with wealth and political means, if we could say that.
What is the
Then-
problem with Alonia?
Elamia, they are
Yeah.
the city of guilds. They are the one of the 3 districts that are allowed to govern themselves, because Elamia was a city. I don't remember the name of the city. I think it was a city called Centrum. And when Elamia was thrown into the air, some people survived there. And Centrum was a city that had a lot of... and Bishar doesn't know this, but
I know.
the other 2 that rolled a 20 know this. It was a city that had a lot of guilds, a lot of like people that would go out and do things like mercenaries, merchants, stuff like that. So they had no like unified monarchy. They are from a place called the
They were a meritocracy.
They were from the Tiafian Federation. Yeah, they were from, and I'm going to turn on the light on.
Let there be light.
Let there be light.
How is it a quick way to switch from the Longstadt Empire to the Overworld Empire? Did you pick a way to do it?
Two
Sure.
monitors.
Back and then.
So they were from here, from the
Nice.
Alfian Republic, and it was a place
Mm.
with a lot of merchants and mercenaries that would go to different places of the world. They had like a guild access to be able to do things everywhere. So they don't really have like a monarchy. They are more of like a republic. They are more like a everybody is important. This is actually the place that belonged to the goddess Tiafia prior to the fracturing. All of this central continent was her territory, the continent of Delphis. So what ends up happening is that, let's go back to Longstadt, that when Elam gets incorporated into the Longstadt Empire, there's a lot of people that are highly trained and that they don't like having somebody come and tell them to follow orders. So they are allowed to remain quasi independent and still be part of like the Longstadt Empire, as long as they provide what the Empire requires of them, which at current is exploration of Drifterlands. So they are actually the ones that have the Nyarmas,
The ship.
the flying vessel in which you were. They are the ones that take the danger of going out into the world and search for suitable places of land that can be brought to here. In return, they are not controlled. Naur Zhandia, 100% racism, because they are beast walkers, and beast walkers were
Yeah.
war machines about 200 years ago.
So, just so everyone's aware, I'm putting orange triangles of who are allies. So we obviously know Sandy will be, and I'm going to vouch for Trelewin that they would be allies.
So the
That's-
orcs of Trailwine, they are farther away because they are orcs, and the orcs are passionate people with a lot of like community. So it's, even though the tribes battle against each other in friendly sort of like tournaments yearly to challenge each other for territories within the island, if they have a real problem, they will band together, because orcs before hoes.
I think I could unite them.
Orcs before
Everyone.
dorks.
And the thing is that the orcs inhabit pretty much all of this territory is orcish.
Right, so we could say we could probably go these two islands are our so we got 4 islands at the moment,
And then,
roughly the
sorry, before
our
you continue
friends.
your tactic talking, Bryn,
Hmm.
I'm going to
One thing.
I'm going to ask everybody, except Bryn, to pull out your headphones for a minute. Okay, Bryn.
Yep.
Honestly,
Mhm.
how does Ephraim feel about the conflict? Is Ephraim willing to put off state secrets, like the place from where he comes, in risk to help his group? Or is Ephraim going to withhold information about Aloynia
I think.
and Rosalia?
Yeah. Because partly he wants to protect them, so he would want to either keep them like out of the conflict like as much as possible, so in that way not mention it, or if
You
it became
know
clear
that
that
they
it was
will be part of the conflict because they are the
Yeah.
district
Oh,
that
the arms,
does the
yes.
mashi tech for the empire.
Mm.
They work directly under the royal family. All of the artificers
Incident-
are constrained to that island. They cannot leave,
Yeah.
and nobody can really enter without authorization. That's where there is no map. It's a
Yeah.
place full of secrets for everybody. Nobody really knows what goes on in there.
I feel like he wouldn't offer them up readily, but he will if like
My question specifically is, are you
yeah.
going to tell them now, or are you going to
Now.
stay silent? Because you are the one that's going to talk, not me.
It depends on how much he would want to mention. So I feel like he doesn't want
It's
to.
up to you. Are you going to say
Yeah.
something or not? I just wanted you to remind that you are the only one that has this information.
I'm the only one who knows. Yes.
So with that in mind, let's get everybody's headsets back on. Nobody's watching
Okay.
the video.
No.
So
We're doing something else. Yeah, he would. I don't think he would offer it up willingly at this point.
come back.
Okay.
You choose what you say. You just know what information you have.
No.
Yeah.
I won't come back.
Hello. Everybody else.
So yeah, now you guys can start strategizing to which places would be allies, where to
Before
go,
we
stuff
start
like that.
strategizing.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Mm.
Martin,
Uh-huh.
we walked a bridge that is 2.5 hexes in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
That doesn't make sense.
this hex scale needs to be upped a bit.
Don't bother me with scale. I designed the whole like 10 maps from like universe to world to region to city.
I mean, you just now messed up the scale.
If you wanted me to follow scales, you would have had to travel for about 24 more days to traverse the real length that this world would need to have as many places, continents, and territories. So no, this is fantasy. There are timey-wimey distances.
But it doesn't make sense.
You're
There's a
ruining my
bridge.
ambition.
And also,
There's
if
a
we're going to
bridge that
use
is
this
two
map,
and a half
the-
hours long.
the travel.
We made it in 10 minutes.
Yeah, because you are amazing. You are awesome. And you just had an encounter in the middle and we cut everything else to make it narrative-wise, rather than me telling you, you travel for this amount of hours.
Quick question.
But we had it planned out because we had flying people.
Yeah, the bridge is not a constant 2-hour bridge. It's like multiple little pieces of bridge that interconnect in multiple pieces of land flying. Don't think that there's like only like 26 patches of land. There are like hundreds of like little pieces of earth flying in between this place. But
You can see some of them anyway.
Don't help him.
Oh, he's on the DM side. Some fishy going on here, guys. Keep an eye on him.
Well,
Let's do more and more chats.
Basically, we have 200 days, 200 hours, to 50 hours to Naur Zhandia.
question.
No, this one is
No, I
in
don't think-
hours.
I don't
like,
think we're there either.
This one is in hours of walking, not hours of the ship.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We get in about 2 or 4 hours in this, isn't it? There?
Yeah, this is the like if you were walking, how many hours it would take you to cover each place. If you were on the ship, you would have a speed of like 10 to 20 per hour.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Okay, so in a day we are in Naur Zhandia. Great.
Yeah, but like in the ship. I adjusted
Yeah.
the scale for like the trip that you guys made prior to the Elysian Vale.
Okay.
So yeah,
Isn't the ship not there?
in this map, the
So
Elysian
aren't we supposed to,
Vale equal
we're supposed to be near Iris Crossing?
10 to 20 hexes per hour. Walking.
quick question. How complicated do we think it is if we just decided to just, I don't know, demolish all the bridges that were connecting to the capital city?
They're ethereal though, aren't they? They're not.
Give me
Just-
an Arcana check.
Just the ones connecting to the capital island.
Give me
Arcana?
a history and an Arcana.
I know what you're saying.
And whenever
Wait,
somebody,
history.
yeah,
okay.
so whenever somebody asks anything related to the story of the Empire, pretty much all of you except for Kaulik and Bishar are able to join up on their roll. And for most questions,
Right.
it will either be a history or something else. In this case, either history or Arcana.
17 on history.
Well, we're gonna take history.
And then
Yeah.
Uh,
I'll do
oh,
Arcane.
actually,
Arcana minus
because
4 for
I
a 2.
wrote. To be fair, I wrote because I chose Arcana as the skill. So I'll take the Arcana actually, which will be 24, natural 20.
Okay.
Ooh.
Tisha doesn't need to roll. He knows all he needs to know about the Empire. They're a bunch of dictators who take other people's land and like to pretend they're better than everybody else.
You are
That's all
not,
there is to know.
you are not wrong.
Get this man a grog.
I don't like them either.
So, Eric, the
Mm.
bridges, they are not active at all moments. They just activate when somebody with a citizen crest goes to cross it, and not all not all citizens are allowed to cross all bridges. So, the reason why I ask history, the Longstadt Empire was formed about 60 years ago, 64 to be precise, which is the moment of the fracturing. On the year 500, let me do the math. So 635 minus 64. In the year 571, the empire was formed, which was the day of the fracturing. The first territory was Longstadt, the capital. The capital was the former city of Longstadt, which is what was created.
Ambrosia.
Which was Longstadt is created by the survivors of the fall of Ambrosia. And it is guided by Longus, who was an angel, not a god.
Who was a bitch.
And Longus is the one that acquired most of Ambrose's powers after she was slain by Kratos. So, when Longstadt...
Which is also incorrect.
Longstadt, I'm telling you the story as written by the Empire, not the story as found by you. Longstadt is the first territory, and it has a rebellion almost immediately caused by the panic. The prior people that rule the city are unable to cope with like the catastrophe that has happened to the world, losing contact with all civilization. So there's like a coup d'etat led by citizens. The first emperor was Emperor Van Leongs, which is the father of the former emperor that Shoralf killed. They were...
Oh shit, just one generation ago.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's only 60 years.
Yep. They were soldiers, they were citizens, and they led the rebellion. The son took like the position, and at that moment it wasn't the emperor. It was a king, but it was kind of like a council of people. It falls sort of like a neo-republic with like one figure above everybody else. So they start bringing in territories after quelling the rebellion, because this place, since it was the former capital of Longus, it had a ship, and it had arcanists who were able to, over a couple of years, use magic to control the gravitational changes of like the land. And over some more years it allowed them to start going to different places and bringing in more territories. That's why the districts are named, because it is the order in which they were added to the empire. And some sort of like racism from people of like territories of higher number is to call people of newer territories by their names. Like calling the orcs, oh, you are a 22. It's so as if like discriminatory, as if you are too new, you don't have power, stuff like that. At this moment, we can start seeing that the nobility of the Longstadt, holy Longstadt Empire, is starting to get a little bit too conceited, as each noble is given the domain of a territory, and some of the names of the territories take on the names of the noble houses. So they start dominating the territories, and this continues for a couple of decades until Elam is actually added to the empire, district number 12. So they had already 10 more territories that they were ruling at this point, and this is known as the Bloody Bridge Rebellion. Elam started conquering territories on their way to the District 1, to Longstadt, and they were effective fighters. The Longstadt didn't want to use its ship because Elam also had a ship, and it would be a tremendous loss. But the mercenaries from Elam were gaining a lot of territory. They even made it to here, this one. And Eric, it is in that moment that you remember the name of a territory. Where is it? Here. Paste. As you remember the name of District 4, Keldera. District 4 Keldera. And why this district is important is because what you just proposed and yet fear happened. As the mercenaries of Elam were crossing the ethereal bridge connecting to the first outpost of the Longstadt District 1, the Empire turned off the bridge, letting all of the mercenaries fall underneath the miasma. That is why it's known as the Bloody Bridge Rebellion.
Okay, so that suggests that the Empire has some sort of kill switch for the bridges.
That's what I was just about. Well, gather.
They might have.
I'm worried because obviously all this is held together because Longstadt has some sort of weird connection of holding things up. If they do have a kill switch, they could also potentially let those islands go as a deterrent, which also means then. So if that's happened, you can't. If we repel the force, it could just let the island drift off. Or if we do get through the bridges and we with our island, they could just detach everyone, not even just the Zhandia go, but potentially other areas to save themselves. This has become way more technical. Oh god.
And presumably it's not publicly known where the kill switch is.
No, there is a district that depends a lot on the magic things. It is the district where all of the Arcanotech is kept, where all of the mages that serve the Empire train. It is a place of a lot of secrecy, military level secrecy. Nobody has access to that place. Nobody really knows much of what goes in, what is there, if there is there, and who is there. It is a place called as District Number 2, Alonia. It is a very much rumor or story amongst the citizens of the Empire of experiments that happen in there and go wrong. Imagine the COVID was created in Alonia, sort of like rumor.
Alonia turned the frogs gay.
Yeah, all of those things. If somebody succumbs to like a new sickness or does something wrong, they blame Alonia. And Eric, you would actually know a little bit about all of this that I just said. That's why I didn't ask anybody for a skill check, because the guild that you belong to in Naur Zhandia, the people that were checking on all of the bolts of the Arcanum to try to bring out secrets of what was the process that turned your people into beast walkers. it's at every sort of like step you have encountered obstacles by the people from Alonia. People with higher authority that would be the ones to go and explore like the vaults that were found before you were sent. If you remember, when you first joined the campaign and you were going to explore a dungeon in Grelia, you were notified that some people had already been there and that you were going to be the second one, and it was a courtesy that they allowed Naur Zhandia to send their own investigators. Everything is coming together.
There is no war in Alonia.
It's basically Area 51.
Pretty much.
Can we split up the party?
Okay, so that means
We are going to Naur Zhandia. That's basically a 2 or 3 hour trip.
Yes, I know. We need to go to Sandia, but if everything's okay, could we fly the ship around to Jluin?
well, we don't know. We know for a fact it's probably not okay because Mr. Jorah, Mr. Forgotten One, is having fucking dinner with my parents.
Well,
Listen.
it may not be 100%. Well, it may be the fact that he's influencing them from a long range, as opposed to actually.
He's a wizard bastard. He has a simulacrums, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Possibly, yeah.
I was going to say something more dirty, but you know.
Whoever
let's
is,
keep it on the back
keeps
pocket.
throwing bridges where there are no bridges, fucking stop it. I'm tired of deleting them, and I know that's you, Rick.
I draw a few of them where there should have been bridges. But that was before the whole racist dictator ran, so that was on me.
Okay, I think.
I mean, we probably want to go to.
Is it worth us then diverting straight to Naur Zhandia without without rest, or
No.
I'm gonna.
stop by Iris Crossing
Oops. That's not to go.
to allow the ship to recharge a
Well,
little bit?
That's
Yeah,
further away, though.
Yeah.
I'm imagining.
So-
This is the
Well-
moment where I said it's like 8 a.m. So I'm going to imagine that you all are together discussing this.
I feel like if you went this way, you would be on the outskirts of the island, potentially no one's seeing you. You're behind mountain ranges, so we could kind of like go into an alcove and hide. Almost, you know, and then land, recruit, wait a day, and there was a day, but charge ourselves fully and then go to Naur Zhandia in like half a day.
Yeah. I would like to finish my little bit of downtime research before we even attempt to. Before getting to Joralf.
Yeah,
If
'cause
it is a proper Joralf.
I would like to try and get a friend on my side because I need yeah.
I think
So
I've got-
you guys also need to keep in mind you have enough energy in your engines to go for 30 more hours.
Yeah.
Did somebody?
So we
How
can
many
get
axes
the-
is 1 hour?
I get the
Okay.
feeling that it was lower.
So no, we rested, so we had quite a lot. So it's 5 feet per hex. So just divide it by 2. That's what I'm doing. So like it'll take 230 feet to get there. So 13 hexes really.
Oh,
so
no.
I've got the 6 sixes.
I said like it depends on if you want to like move fast and pretty much alert everybody that there is a vessel that nobody knows, or if you want to go on like stealthy mode. That's the difference between like the 10 to 20 hexes.
Right. So okay, divided by 10. So
Stealth mode it is.
23. Yeah.
30.
You know, I can just change it to say hexes if you ask for it. No,
Oh, really?
Is where.
I can do anything in
Yeah,
Foundry.
if you change the hexes, that makes our life easier.
Well, if this is basically the not getting detected mode, the 10 hexes an hour, right?
Yeah.
Is that right? Well, if we do that, then it takes us basically 6 hours to get to Naur Zhandia.
We don't want to go to Naur Zhandia because we want to rest, don't we?
I'm saying we
go to Naur Zhandia.
I'm saying we don't have to rest for very long.
I would.
Because
Surely we'd want to like have our shields fully charged if we're going into potential battle.
that's true. I
And
mean, I can
remember,
probably
you
help.
had a drifter land closer to where you are in the world map. You don't necessarily have to keep going to the Empire. That's why I mentioned all of this before you guys were in
You can see the hole.
in Almian. So
So we can either go to Drifterland, hold out, and potentially, hopefully, not get seen or get dragged away
Yeah.
because they're
So-
able to move. Or go 4.5 hours this way.
Wait, on that map, are we just outside, just near Irie's Crossing, or is that island a different thing?
this is the.
Can you observe
right
for a
or
little
left?
bit how fast the Longstadt Empire is moving?
Yeah. You can give me a sensors check, which once again it would be like Arcana, I think. I get the feeling that I said
No, you said-
perception earlier, but
No, you said perception.
I can do either.
Or it's basically the ship's perception, which is a +4. That's what I rolled for.
yes, you are
Using the
correct.
sensor.
Yes, you are.
The ship's perception, so +4.
Yeah, so D20 +4.
Yes, that's it. Yes.
Never mind. And this is my first natural one in this campaign.
Wow! What fucking flex!
I
Loaded die
don't
alert.
believe that.
Loaded dice.
I know. We've been playing for 5 years. I don't believe that.
Waited.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So.
Anyway, that will be a 5.
Sorry. Why are you the one rolling if Eric is the?
Because I wanted to know.
Okay. But
Imagine basically Kaulik is when Eric is like doing
Yeah,
stuff
pretty
on the
much.
sensors. Kaulik
Yeah.
is like popping her head up from under his arm and looking.
do you
Yeah.
guys remember
That's why it's-
Dexter's lab?
Mm-hmm. DD.
Completely did it.
Oh yeah, I am basically Didi right now. What you doing?
She presses the big red button.
button do? Yeah. So no. It's very complex calculations. You like without stopping and taking a lot longer of time, especially while Eric is being bothered. You are not going to be able to ascertain the propulsion speed of like a moving thing on a world with changes in gravity.
And can we do if I was being sneaky and went outside and looked out and looked with my own eyes, not sensors?
Oh no, it's hundreds of kilometers away. Like this, the Elysian Veil is moving at like the speed of
Light.
Lightning.
Mark 1, Mark 2. What's the speed that the commercial air flight goes?
Mach.
No, they don't make it to
Commercial
like
doesn't reach Mach 1.
commercial
No, they go to,
commercial
like-
ships don't make it to supersonic. I think they fly
No, they-
slightly underneath
sure.
Mark 1.
Yeah.
It's Mach. M-A-C-H. Mach.
It's
No, it's Mark.
Turn out the Mac.
Oh, maybe it's Mark in Spanish.
Yeah.
So yeah, they are flying at like Mach, almost Mach 1. Even I'm going to say it's Mach 1. Like the magical protection of the.
We're going kaboom when we go.
We can't hear each other.
No, because the ship we said that it's like magically protected by the ring of fire generated by the ancients. That's why Kirschitz was very clear on do not put your arm outside of the bubble.
right.
If I have to put this
Here's-
into like terms to be a little bit more precise, you guys are going at like Mark 3, and Ephraim would know that like the Cloudbreaker, the ship of like Longstadt goes at like Mark 1 because it's like a battleship, and and you will
Oh,
probably know
speedy.
that the
Yeah.
Nayarmas, the one that the guilds have, the Raging Fox and the Guild Alliance, that is Mark II in speed. So it's faster, but it's not as heavily armored. And you guys are very fast,
So we're talking
but
about kilometers
you
a
have
second.
very few weapons.
It's
What is-
3,700
what-
kilometers per hour, by the way.
What,
Mach
what
3.
is the
3,700.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
it's a fucking big world.
is
We go zoom zoom.
we do?
We could.
So
Would that
my-
propel us
my-
to the moon?
no.
Wanna try?
No.
Hey, you want to try some fiddlesticks?
The question here is, what is to stop us from just landing outside of Iris Crossing, letting the ship rest, getting some real world information?
The
What is
threat of
stopping us
attracting
with-
attention.
What is stopping us at? This is what I was saying when I realized I am muted. What is stopping us from directly flying to Naur Zhandia, resting there, talking there, and just being?
Because we don't know the situation there.
Yeah, we worry there
The
might be a
things
fight.
that are
Yeah.
limiting you to take that decision are objectively, from my position, the fact that there are two other ships here. One is like a destroyer and the other is like a adventuring ship. And then the fact that you would be attracting attention wherever you land because, oh, it's a flying vessel that it's not landing on a regulated port. And lastly, it's the fact that some of you just said, you don't know the situation. So if you were to land, say, in Naur Zhandia, and Shoralf is there, or the city is destroyed or whatever, what next? Those are like the three things that you guys are taking into consideration right now.
Okay, but we could.
And the fact that
The Drifter Island. The
Yeah,
Drifter
we were
Island.
mentioning we could go to the Drifter Island. And
Yeah.
Then,
When we would go to the Drifter Island, how far would it be then from Naur Zhandia?
So you don't know exactly where Naur Zhandia is in this map of parchment.
9, 10,
That's the other issue.
12, 13,
Your
14.
sensors don't hover all the way there.
If we go by old map markings, we reckon, let's say worst case scenario 20 hexes. That's a 20-hour journey if we go from Drifter Island to Naur Zhandia.
We've only got 20. How much have we got left in the tank?
30
One
hours.
more question.
That's leaving it very, very, very low.
One more question, Martin. Does our favorite druid recognize this Drifter Island?
Bishar?
Yeah.
Where we're next to?
No, that was farther away. It was
Because
before even making
it's
it
close to
Australia.
Iris Crossing. Grelia was to be jointed to Iris Crossing, so
No, because Grelia was never brought here because of the thing that happened with the Zombanis. That's why you left. You saw Sheila's tower here. By the way, I'm going. I think
so Grelia is further south, you say?
Grelia, you didn't come across it, but it should be somewhere close to where
Over
you
the range.
appeared, somewhere around here.
Oh, let's go back to where it all started.
We just did in the recap, don't?
We could just teleport back there if we wanted to.
Oh, do you
Yeah.
have
2 more
via
levels and I
prompts
can
now?
teleport us.
The only thing I need is the tree I'm familiar with. So, should be
Sweet.
fine.
And you should be familiar with some trees in Grelia, right?
So yeah,
Yeah.
you guys have all of the information. I'm going to stop talking. Roleplay.
As long as there are no different commands, Vishal will just keep steering towards Naur Zhandia.
We're not heading towards Zhandia. We're heading towards Ivy's Crossing.
Not on the other one. If you go on the other map, we're closer. Which is the true one? Is it the world map or is it the Longstadt map?
They say very
make a
different
decision.
things.
Both of them, you're actually heading the same way. The world map is the correct one. The map from the Longstadt Empire is flipped vertically for some reason.
Yeah. So
I did wonder to myself why it was flipped.
it would take 4.5 hours to get to landfall
That,
to rest.
not even
If you
with
want to
your
go to
history checks,
Zhandia, it's 6 hours.
It's for copyright reasons, I think, Martin.
Oh,
I designed
Person-
it, so no.
as captain, I would feel more comfortable hiding behind whatever this island is and resting.
55.
Because it takes 4.5 hours to get there, which leaves us with 28. If push comes to shove, and we do get detected, we could chuck everything into shields and fight, and then rest. But we could rest.
Yeah, and-
That allows Quattro to do their thing, it allows me to do everyone else to do their thing, and then it gives us then, 2
There's
hours.
always the emergency tactic of just dipping below the miasma.
Yeah, so I think that, to me, tactician-wise, I think that's the best case. And that would be me as captain putting that over.
I mean, and that won't take us that long, because if it's 5 hours to the island, we then rest for 8 hours, and then it's 2 or 3 hours. So it's a bit more than half a day.
Should be fine. It's not that much of a detour. I agree. Let's go to the mountain range, rest there, let the shields recharge, let the engine recharge, and then go visit Eric's mother in the morning.
Find out who her new friend is.
Unless we want to swap on the Drifter Island, I guess, for doing the same thing. But I don't know where that is on this other map.
So let's make this clear then. Who chooses going to a Drifter land and resting and recharging the ship, and who chooses to keep going to Naur Zhandia? Let's go first with the Drifter land. And if I'm correct, you guys are talking about this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I thought we were talking about the district north of Naur Zhandia.
Yeah, that's what
That's
I'm
the other
thinking of.
option. It's the other option.
That's my
the
option as
other-
captain. That's
the
where I
other
would.
option. So
Yeah.
who chooses to come and rest? And I'm going to say captain has double boats. Because literally that is how the pirate code was written on the ship. The captain and the first mate's boats counted as double, but then all of the crew could vote, and if the captain gets outnumbered by boats, they don't do what the captain wanted to do. That's how.
Okay, then
Captain
Callum,
comment.
which Drifter Island do you want?
Callum
I don't want
wants
to Drifter
keep
Island.
going to Naur Zhandia.
No. I don't want to go to Naur Zhandia. I want to go to the island above Naur Zhandia to rest.
Check the world map,
No.
because you don't see Naur Zhandia on the world map. Naur Zhandia could be
Exactly, we don't know where the
anywhere.
Zhandia is.
Yeah.
I'm not-
So we have to go based on the other map then.
I'm sorry, I'm doing a break. I hate this goddamn thing. I've been logged out. I can't do anything.
You are going based on. You just saw where Almian is. Then,
Right.
by looking at the parchment map, you are assuming how to get to Naur Zhandia, which is
Right.
fine.
Naur Zhandia we could dropped off.
It's an option. So Callum is saying, let's keep going to Naur Zhandia using the parchment map as the route. The rest are saying, let's go to this Drifter land here, away from the Empire, and wait for a couple of hours.
The issue with going to Drifterland as well is you don't know who's on it. You don't know what the bad things are, because we also know that these entire worlds are full of different levels of chaos. So we need to take that into account. If we could land and then end up with Bunny 2.0, which knowing Martin, you'd probably get a boner for because it's Halloween.
Okay.
So is he,
instead, we just go to Iris Crossing because we kind of know the situation there, and it's a little shanty town.
so yeah, we fly past Irish Crossing. If we can see anything else, we can carry on. But if not, we
I
can,
don't-
plus it's nowhere near, so we could just
let's
land.
simplify this even further. First choice of boat, keep going to Naur Zhandia, no stop. Second choice, find a way to let the ship and us rest. Who votes for Naur Zhandia? the guy that has like the necessity of getting there. So
Yeah.
I always said I am with Eric on that.
Okay, so it's 2 versus
3.
everybody.
It's 3.
Who's the third?
It's 3.
No, she's saying because she's first mate, she gets an extra vote.
Oh, okay.
But I don't. Yeah.
Uh,
Is that above a captain? I feel like this should be 1.5.
no, because
Otherwise,
No, they're equal. They're
the
co-equal.
first mate represents the crew.
Don't make it more complicated than it has to.
I'm just remembering the pirate rules.
That's why it's called the first mate, because it's the one that controls the crew. The captain controls the ship.
first mate's gone against me.
So everybody, by majority, because Thuras and Marlish would also choose to go and let the ship rest. Thuras saying, "We need to be prepared if we are going to go there. We cannot go blind. Not even I would be so daring. Unless Gaba was on the other side of a fire. In that case, I would just jump over it." And then Marlish is like, "Well, I kind of would like to lay there, rest, not have to wake up for my next shift if that's an option, but whatever." So yeah, majority of votes to go to a place and rest. Now, you have two options based on what you have said. The Driftwood land that is outside of the Empire, which for some reason hasn't been brought here, either be it by size, placement, or something else. Because remember, these are not flat, they are in different levels of altitude. Or go to Iris Crossing and rest there, and maybe check the situation. Unless they...
We also don't know the situation in Iris Crossing, so the argument we don't know the situation in Zhandia doesn't pull here for me.
No, it's not about we don't know the cross. I think it's easy. If you go to Irish Crossing, there's less population, there's less people there. It's easier to land a ship and hide.
The scanners told
Than
you
it
it's
is.
about a dozen of people.
Exactly. There's a dozen people. It's a big enough area. We could just land there on the outskirts, 12 hours, in and out, quick mission,
Well, not even 12 hours.
Or just nuke the place from the
I
sky
was-
and
Honestly, I was looking at my spells what I have.
And
Could I
remember,
nuke 12 people in one thing?
all
I
of
think I
these-
could.
All of this territory of Almian is like dense forest of dragon blood trees.
Would, yeah.
Except from Vishar, we haven't pissed them off, have we?
No.
This is
No.
the place where
Yes.
Quotal puke out gold for the first time.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. Because she was actually on our side when she was actually really friendly with us.
She was.
Kawaha could be here.
Could.
Yeah.
We don't know where they are.
I just think it's a
So
safe.
I
I think
look.
I-
I think we've talked about it long enough. We just need to make a decision.
Yeah,
Because
I
at
think
the-
we're in a
at this-
decision paralysis.
Captain says go to Irish Crossing. I think that's the vote.
Irish.
Okay.
Irish Cross.
2 for Iris Crossing. First mate. 4
Yeah.
for Iris Crossing.
Yeah,
Bishar?
just go to Iris Crossing.
Yep, seems like
Yeah.
everybody is agreed to it. So,
Hmm.
this is where that piloting check that I asked you to make comes before. You rolled a 12.
14.
I said 12, so you rolled a 12.
Oh
14.
my god, that worked.
Okay, 14. So this would be the last 4 hours that we had charted earlier. As you are right now on 8 in the morning, everybody awake. As you are flying close to Iris Crossing Bishar, something glimmers as you are about to get onto the surface of the island. You are able to change the course of the ship just in time, because with a 14 you notice something glimmering in the distance. The scanners catch it rather late, The scanners detect the source of power, but you don't see anything. A source in arcane magic, and Eric, you in the scanners you also see that there's like a decrease in the magic being sent to the levitation arcane scriptures. The scanners detect an oscillation of like the whole territory, almost as if it lost a meter or two of altitude in a very sudden collapse down. And Bishar, you just see like a small glimmer appearing in front of you. The scanners don't sense like anything in particular other than that change in power coming from those creatures. So you just trust your instincts, you trust in the force as you turn quickly, but not quickly enough, as one of the wings of the ship managed to touch an invisible wall that appeared in front of you. A wall of force of sorts. And I'm going to need you to roll me the ramming damage of the ship,
Oh, great.
which is
What's that again?
10d10 plus
That's a
10.
lot.
10d10 plus 10. Alright, let's go. I only have 3, so this will take a couple of rolls.
We could roll it in the.
No!
No.
No.
14 and 5 is
How dare you,
19. 22, 28, 30, 40, 41, 48, and the last one.
So we are going
51
for pizza.
plus 10, 61.
Okay, he's done. 61 points. Okay. The right, which is this starboard,
Yes.
Yeah.
takes that damage. Out of the 64, 30 are consumed by the Arcano shields. The remaining 34 go to your hell. This is more than 10 points of damage,
Yes.
Are you sure?
but it's
think it is.
so it goes over your threshold. But thanks to that shield, it's not enough to cause a mishap.
Okay.
Right, which side got hit?
Sorry.
Fisher will
Sorry.
immediately basically hit the intercom button or whatever it is, like, all hands on deck, we hit something.
We hit an iceberg, sir. Hope we got
Going
enough
down.
lifeboats.
Only is in the front.
Alright, hold on.
Wait.
Let me adjust the numbers again. So that was what? Port side?
I already did.
Yes.
Sure.
You don't do this.
Excuse
Oh,
my
we don't see that. At least I don't see it.
excuse my orcish, but what the
Oh,
fuck was that?
I'm adjusting it in the token.
Yeah.
I believe we hit a wall of
Oh.
force.
I've been adjusting it on the.
I tried to move out of the way, but I wasn't quite
We
quick
hit a
enough,
wall-
and our right wing
Wait a
clipped
second.
the wall.
Why is there a wall?
Why is there? A
How big is
fortress?
it? Yes.
I don't know, how big is it?
How big is it?
Who can fly?
I don't know how to describe it. It's almost as if like energy courses through all of the all of the surface of the island in front of you. But as soon as you take your maneuver and fly a little bit away from the island, you don't see that glimmer of light anymore. Almost as if like, you know, when you look in the distance and there's like a heat source and the light gets distorted, it looked like that for like the 20-30 seconds that you were close to it.
I will bring the ship to a stop for now.
Who can fly and has a citizenship badge?
Kalika is probably the best option.
She hasn't got a citizen badge.
Doesn't
No.
she? I thought she did.
Yes, I have.
Oh, you got
But I
citizen
have
badge.
I have something better.
Yes, that was true.
What do you have? That's better.
Look in the chat.
Godhood.
Which chair? Oh, there's so many chairs.
Hmm.
Oh,
Martin, did you say the entire island dropped a meter when we hit the wall or something?
I mean, when the wall activated.
Ah.
When it activated? Alright.
Okay.
Why do you guys have a chat for the video call?
Yeah,
I don't
was wondering this
know.
as well.
Everyone started
It's
doing
quite
that. So
annoying.
Yeah.
I didn't do this.
Oh,
This wasn't me.
shit.
Also, can I ask one question, which is not related, but I've been wondering this. Why is the video call called Graal? Because I've never known this.
Because I was too lazy to write general video channel.
Right.
Right.
This has been something I've questioned for the past 5 years every now and then, but never bothered to ask.
I just thought it was Spanish for general, and I didn't.
I like the Holy Grail. I thought it was because of the Holy Grail. That's
I,
the
I thought it was I thought it was Latin for speech or something.
That's the abbreviation.
that's
Like
different.
when you guys are like sending a text message, you don't write in general. You just write INGRAL.
Well,
No,
dot,
I write in
dot, dot.
I don't
general.
write Graal.
No,
usually.
I write.
no.
I just presumed it was a reference to a previous campaign or one shot I wasn't part
I thought it was like Grelia
of.
in some
Perhaps.
weird way.
Why am I listening all of this like 5 years later?
Just,
I don't know, I just
never
looked at it
not
and I
asked.
realized.
Yeah.
So
Rick.
we have the option that I posted in chat.
Before,
Yes.
the only issue,
Tell
the only
it
issue
to
with
the
that,
viewers.
but
Will that be wide
before,
enough?
before you release your power, the issue is it could raise alarm bells. We want to be kind of sneaky. I know that's probably
That
done
probably
something.
already raised it.
Is Kalika
Yeah, because
actually
we just
voicing-
rammed
We-
into the wall of the Empire, of course.
Yeah, we've
also-
literally just sideswiped a parked car.
You know what?
Doesn't it
sorry?
make sense that this would happen with Naur Zhandia's district as well?
Yeah.
So,
At that moment, Eric, you see a light that you haven't seen in your dashboard appearing.
Oh God!
intercontinental ballistic missile.
Woo!
A hammer!
Woo! Woo!
Deploy flash!
So yeah,
God.
Deploy Kaoliki. Are we getting in or not?
it seems like
No.
you're getting an attempt at communication on an open channel of sending.
That's a thing.
Click,
Receive the hail.
click.
Put them on the main monitor.
We won't blow out the sky.
You hear the voice of it seems to be like a woman of elder age, but she speaks on a tone that commands you to listen to her. As you hear, attention, undisclosed flying vessel, you are entering territory of the last bastion of civilization. Identify yourself and surrender your engine to be aborted by the great holy Longstadt Empire.
You cut out that last bit. What was that last bit?
Holy Longstadt
Going
Empire.
to be boarded, basically. This is a lot of infrastructure and security for a land that's basically presumed to have only 3 ships. Who's maintaining this? Who's paying for all this?
I've had some questions.
Now here's the thing. I could just go 6-star GTA and say this is the fucking Raiders of Quartles Avengers and just see what happens. Because we know he's a wanted criminal, quote unquote, for killing the
The previous
emperor.
They have
I
I
nothing.
suppose they don't know he's with us though.
No, that's fine.
Aren't we basically awaited by Joralf?
Give me an insight.
He basically baited us to come, so he waits for us. So we could technically say that we are awaited guests of the Emperor.
Give me an insight check, Eric. and Gaba
It's a
as
different
the
district,
captain.
though.
Pardon?
Yeah, that's Cox.
Different
Is
district.
17 plus.
I don't care. We need to get in
17.
somehow.
Yeah, we need to do shit.
Insight
we can't be
is-
fucking around here. Insight
I
for me
need
is another blue pill 20.
17 for for 15.
Jason, you don't have to take 3 blue pills in a single day. Your doctor is going to
Wow.
be very alarmed.
Good for him.
He's a big boy
but yeah,
already. He doesn't need them. Sorry.
Yeah.
So,
Oh god.
uh,
Stop watching our smut.
both,
I'm not watching. I'm listening.
both of you. Eric, with his insight, gets the feeling that this is not a command of like we were expecting you. It's more of like a routinary sort of message for anything that could have approach. Especially because it was sent with like a sending spell that seems to be pointed rather than targeted to a creature. Like the sending spell, you need to know the creature at the very least, or their name. And how would they know the name of the Elysian Veil if it is an unidentified vessel? So it seems that have been.
Are we an UFO?
It seems to have been.
We come from
directed to
another planet.
Gaba.
I will.
From the other
You kind of
side,
did.
Gaba, you know as somebody that was training to be part of like the guilds that were going into seeking missions into the Drifterlands. You know that all of the seeker ships, meaning all of the ships that leave the Longstadt Empire and come back, communicate with the district that they are approaching. And you don't know exactly how or when or where, but you know that each district has some sort of arcanum facility that administrates the district. You don't know the exacts, but you know that each district has at the very least a small group of arcanists that ensure that the district does not fall. And I'm going to also go back with like when Gaba was living in the Orc territories. Rick, you asked a couple of minutes ago, did that island actually fall like 2 meters? And the districts that were farther away from the capital, aka the newer districts, don't have the best arcanist or the best maintenance for everything. So earthquakes would be a thing that happened from time to time, as the island, the magic that controls the movement of the island was unsync from like the other islands, or something in the magic that the Glorium Arcanum holds failed, and that is what caused many earthquakes over the last 60 years.
Okay. So we're being hailed by a bunch of interns, basically.
Fantastic.
I'll call back and I'll say, if we were unidentified, how would you have been able to hail us in the first place?
Ooh. Use that logic bomb.
Rather, I would suggest you identify yourselves.
The communication comes back. I am the Lieutenant Gloria, and this is the first time we have encountered a survivor from outside of our empire that has access to a flying vessel, an unidentified vessel. You must be treated as a threat until the other has been proven contrary. We welcome you with peace if you come with peace, and we hope to hear from you about how to rescue those that you have left behind in other Drifterlands. over.
Such presumptuous people.
No
Could
rescue
we-
needed.
Bastards.
Could we go back with them and say, is this Iris Crossing? Just say it's going to freak them out, but we can then kind of understand who's given this call.
You get the feeling this is based on like the 20 that you rolled, Gaba. This is not coming from Iris Crossing. Iris Crossing was like a small frontier town. It had only like one wooden building. This is probably coming from the bigger city, from Almian.
They play the dum-dum, so they let us in.
Are you?
Okay. Do you know what?
Sorry.
I'm
Just
gonna go with.
Just reminiscing on things that we have happened over like the last 5 years. You guys remember that you saw a couple of high schoolers with like purple cloaks that were going to like the higher floor in Almian, a city of trees, and Kauliki figured out that they were from like Glorium Arcanum students for like the school that was in Almian, and she got her first panic attack.
Not gonna lie.
Good old times.
Say that
yeah.
we have engine failure and we require immediate landing. Something stupid like that. Just
really
so they
want to
can...
tell them that we have?
check.
Yeah, that's it. Do you want to tell them that we have a ship? There's only 3 in the world.
They know we're on a ship.
How
They
else would
already
they
know.
Well, we could
All right,
just...
I'm gonna go with this. Is we are survivors of a drifterland. From coming back from exploration. We recognize Iris Crossing. We believe you are projecting from Armenia. Provide instructions on where to land. I think would be the best bit here. So
Been
yeah,
a crazy 60 years.
Yeah, I'll basically say that. I'll say, Lieutenant, we are survivors from an exploration ship. I recognize the settlements, Iris Crossing. Believe you are projecting or speaking from Armenia, the largest city in this district. We require repairs. Provide instructions where to land, so that we can receive assistance, and we will answer your questions then.
Someone guide him, please.
By the way, between each of these messages that you guys have been sending, like 2-3 minutes go by between each message, waiting for response.
It's
Fucking interns.
Okay.
They're asking the
Give me-
managers what they're doing.
Give me a deception check with disadvantage.
Oh,
And it might just be there's a delay.
maybe. Let's see. Disadvantage. Right, get your reactions ready, people. Because I don't think Eric's a deceptionist boy.
I'm going
I
to
got the
remind you,
deception.
and I will remind you again. You need to claim to use this prior to rolling your dice, but you have 6
Yeah.
fate dice.
I know.
Can I use my
have-
advantage for plus? Can I give me plus bonus as captain?
How?
I'm
could add
pretty
5.
deceptive
How
as the
the-
Kauliki.
This wouldn't be like a ship action. This would be like character actions. So how
I mean,
would you
This
help
is
Eric?
role playing.
Gab-
Yeah.
Gabba is very good at telling a lie. She's very good at bending the truth, and would probably be whispering in his ear, going, "Say something like this. Say something like that. Do this. Do that." Type thing. So, like, basically encouraging him to pull some porkies.
Coaching him in the best way to, the best.
Uh-huh.
Only the best from Gabba.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, in that case, do not roll with this. The thing is that you already rolled.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you want, I can re.
Yeah, just re-roll, but
Alright.
next time say it before the roll, please.
Yeah. With the re-roll, do I get to expend a fate die?
Sure.
You're the GM. You can always say no.
And I am a benevolent bear.
Sure you are. I'm sure that's what Mummy calls you.
I think that's what Daddy calls him if he's a bear.
Right. Well,
You guys have no
that's
respect
not-
for me. I'm going to fucking kill you.
You already have.
Don't
What more can you do?
Do not tempt me.
That is true.
You don't scare me.
Right.
I can do it again, and I will.
Right.
Probably.
Get your reactions ready. So it's a
How many dice did you use?
8. Just the one.
Okay.
So one dice, actually.
Just the one. I didn't know we could expend more than one.
As many
Yeah,
as
we
you
can.
want.
You could have taken all 6 at once.
Oh fuck that. Oh well. Just fireball that shit, right? So that's a 8, 9 on the +1. So 9 is the
Wow.
official number. I don't know if anyone wants to use a reaction here.
I don't have any. Anyone wants to use their reaction? Hint, hint, from hint.
I mean, I can. I have it'll be +5. I would have knowledge probably.
So
I might know a
it'd
bit
be
about
14.
14.
If you
Yeah.
flashed it.
Does anyone have gift of gab or something like that?
Probably not.
So,
No.
You can only have the gift of the gab, sorry.
a couple of minutes
Eh.
go by. Eric, as
Hmm.
5, 6 minutes later, and you've been like flying almost like in the same place all this time, and it's like almost like looking at clouds that move like really slow. You can see how the islands are moving, but at this moment you have like that vertigo, you know, of like being on a ship, so you are not certain if is it the ship that is moving. Is the ship is the ship like 100% absolute position static by GPS? Are we the ones moving, or is the island slowly moving? Kind of like
It's
hostile.
I use SPS, the star positioning system, and I use that to keep our position locked.
And over these like 10 minutes, you just hear one more message comes and gets caught by the ship and goes,
GTFO.
"We've given you clearance to enter through the barrier that protects our holy empire. Proceed to the provide coordinates, the city of Almeria. You will be submitted to a check of your credentials and require to provide more information. Lower your weapons upon descent. We shall escort you to safety, and you will be relieved after a few short interrogations. Comply with this, and you shall be welcomed as survivors
No, we can't.
inside
and
check.
heroes."
We need to like shoot off and go to that drifted land.
Okay. Unnatural 20 on the insight 23.
Wait. If we got unregistered access, that means we could fly to Naur Zhandia.
Yeah, we can fly immediately to Naur Zhandia.
Yeah, but
Let's
is it
all the
only
islands have their own
the...
protection bubble.
Yeah.
Seems to
Assuming that's the
be strict protocol, military sort of protocol, but you don't catch glimpses of the Sith in the message. It just seems to be like,
Not.
come here.
I'm not.
We don't know you, but we will believe your story. Come here. We are going to check your records, do some questioning, check your paperwork, ask you where you got the ship, and then you'll be back on your way as survivors and heroes that have brought something new to the Empire. So as long as you're
But this ship isn't for the Empire. Fuck them.
Goddamn presumptuous assholes!
That's
My fucking ship.
That's what you get from like the message. You don't like it seems standard military protocol.
Oh, we are
You
the
are
best,
citizens
okay,
of us.
so-
Why
Just never
like
join
we
us.
ask you, are you someone that we don't know? Because you have a ship, and we've never seen a ship come from anywhere other than the Empire. We are ignoring the fact that when we got Elam, they had a ship because they were not flying with the ship towards us. We got to the place that was Elam, so we are ignoring that. So, they ask you, are you friend or are you unknown? You replied, I am citizen. And they replied, present yourself as citizen, present yourself to the military, follow the protocol, everything shall be fine. If you were citizen outside of territory, ergo, you are a guild member or part of an expedition.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they have the runes.
I'm gonna reply back.
Mayday, mayday. Engines
No.
failing, cannot get to AzerrA.
Well,
Mm,
not quite the Mayday, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
say
Like my
thank you,
balls.
Lieutenant. Our ship is operating less than 50% of its capacity. It will take us some time to get to Armenia. You will have to forgive our tardiness when we arrive. It may take quite a few hours so that we do not crash land onto the island unceremoniously.
You'd see Gabba just giving you like a little like cheeky smile and a wink. Yeah.
Give me a deception check with disadvantage.
Oh, fuck it. I'll take a wild magic surge for enhanceability. Fuck this.
So that's
Advantage.
flat roll.
straight roll, yeah.
disadvantage.
First of all,
Take some
before you
dice.
roll, you
Hang
have,
on.
you have 7 dice. Before you roll, wild magic.
Yep.
The ship might explode.
The ship actually may be at 50%.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
You
no.
might turn this into a persuasion check rather than deception.
The spell ricochets off the target towards a random creature within 30 feet.
Or any of us.
Any of us.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ephraim, you start feeling extremely eloquent. Almost as if you are dazzling. Your beard is
Oh, shit.
your beard is like silkier and bushier than usual, and you feel like half a centimeter shorter. Nice.
Sure.
Alright,
I
rolling.
tried.
Almost
Yeah, you have.
like walk up and start imitating. Right.
Well, that's slightly better.
Have you taken any d6s?
Yes, I've taken another d6.
Okay.
So that is a 8. It's a 9. If we take another flash of genius, it would be a 14.
Alright.
If 1
Yeah.
was to provide 1.
Yeah,
I
there's
could
still
allow
3
you to
left.
subtract a d6 if you wanted.
It's up to you. It's your ability. I don't know why
mean,
I'm
that's
the
pretty
face at
efficient.
this point, but yeah.
I mean, I almost feel like Ephraim could just help because he has the enhanced ability.
Because you are the one in
You know.
the arcane officer position that is
Yeah.
the one that takes care of like the maintenance of the ship.
Yeah.
Oh shit,
Um,
folks. 14 is the roll then.
Couple of more minutes go by, and you hear back. Affirmative. Undisclosed vessel. Stand by. We shall send a welcoming party to a closer location where we will clear a glade for you to land in the middle of the forest. There you shall be escorted by our forces. Do not worry, this should not take more than half an hour.
Send location. We are near Irish Crossing currently.
They send you a location to land just outside of Iris Crossing, but the barrier has not been deactivated. They say, wait half an hour, we will prepare a place for you to land. And after we prepare a place for you to land, you are able to go through the barrier. That's pretty much the message.
I can try and blast the barrier and then just we slip through.
The barrier might be linked to the Arcane facility on this island. When we hit it, the entire island dropped a meter down. It might cause the entire... If we destroy the barrier, and it's also pretty presumptuous that we could, it might drop the entire island.
Could we not just fly away? We have enough to fly away. It would be a bit of a pain in the ass, but they don't know it's us.
We are faster than any other ships here.
The problem is we do not know how are they get. I don't like the game master the measuring over there.
We still have to enter Naur Zhandia. Presumably they have this similar defense system, so it doesn't really matter if we leave here. We just run into the same problem later.
Yeah, but Naur Zhandia is friendly towards it. We don't.
But we're unidentified to them still.
Yes.
Yes,
but
but
we've never been there except for Eric. So how do we know they're friendly towards us?
I will vouch for all of you. Now, the issue is, to my mind, how are they getting a welcoming party from Armenia so quickly?
yeah.
Oh, they will
Oh
teleport.
shit! They got a ship.
Either ship or they will teleport.
Give me an Arcana check.
Yeah.
Can I do this? As well?
19.
Oh.
Hang on. No, 9.
So
12.
No.
This is
I got an extra 20.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought-
Smarty pants.
I thought the 19 was the
Yeah,
highest.
let's
Okay.
go.
Natural 20 for a total of?
29.
Right. So
Let's
a little bit of
go.
this is me recalling information from 4 years ago when David was talking about his level up, and he said that he was planning on taking the teleportation circle spell. At that moment I said there are no teleportation circles that you would know when you learn the spell, because teleportation is almost non-achievable. It's thought to be extremely hard now that the world has been broken in pieces, and all teleportation circles have become either secret or lost, or you don't know what's on the other side of this. So you wouldn't know where you are teleporting to. That is what Kauliki remembers. Ephraim, teleportation magic was theoretical until 300 years ago in the story of this world, where a being known as the Dreadlord came down from another world and started wreaking havoc, causing the gods to spend most of their power to encase it and banish it. That's the reason why during the War of the Gods they would only appear like once every 10 years in front of the mortals, and they would just be more of like figures that you see from once in a while. This war against the Dreadlord is what ended up causing the development of teleportation magic. It is rare, but it is possible that there would be somebody able to do something not like a teleportation spell, but something more precise if they knew the place where they had to go. There's also the option that they could use different types of magic, something that would make them fly for a prolonged period of time, or maybe they have a means of transport that can fly and get there quicker. So it could be any of those options. Indeed, it is curious that they say they'll be there in 30 minutes to clear up an area. And how would they clear up an area big enough for this vessel to land? There is no port in that place. Even the Nyarmas had trouble landing there. And the Nyarmas was like bigger than the Elysian Vale.
Captain thinks we should hightail it still because we haven't got. I don't think we're in a position to fight. Personally, I don't think we're in a position to hold the ship because the ship is tattered.
They will likely be ready for us in whatever way. Not necessarily automatically hostile, but I mean, if they recognize Quahl, I mean, it would be very hard to keep up the pretense.
How different does Quahl look from before the incident of dying?
Same turtle, but less color. So, this is a good point to finish part 1 and take a small break, while you guys have some time to think about all the lore and all of the information that you just learned. And when we come back for part 2, we'll come up with a plan on if you go as friendlies, go as enemies, or get away from this place.
Or go as lovers.
We'll be back in a few moments. In the meantime, keep on weaving. Welcome to part 2, where I had to force my players to get back into recording because they were thinking and role-playing too much without anybody listening to some good ideas. So, last we left off, you were making up your choice of if to reply to the message of the lieutenant, who said she was not going to open the barrier until 30 minutes had passed and a secure landing zone was created for you in the vicinity of Iris Crossing.
I think replying to them is a bad idea.
We cut back to the commanding room of the Elysian Vale, where everybody is talking to come up with a response to the situation.
I think we just don't reply, and now is the best time with Kauriki and a little destroy walls thing to potentially go to Naur Zhandia, do the wall thing. Hopefully they're gonna teleport, but they can't really attack the ship. We get enough downtime on the ship, do a little bit of repairs, defend, because there's gonna be a battle, let's be honest, and just basically go balls to the wall, and then we escape if all comes to shit.
Why can't we wait until they open the gates for us and then we just fly?
Because they can should it be in. I'm guessing, again, this is just going off the fact that they can drop an island whenever. The shields would be per island. There's no way on earth you're just going to have one. If you set up a firewall from an IT perspective, easier said than done. You don't just have one firewall. You have.
What's an IT?
Oh God! I'm not speaking as Gabba. I'm speaking as.
Gabba has knowledge of other worlds.
I have actually. That's true. I have knowledge of everything. I see it all. No, but if you have, okay, let's do it Gabbified. I'm not doing it because I'm ill. But in Gabba's voice and Gabba's role playing, if you have a castle and you have entrances, you don't just have one entrance. You have you go through a gate, then you have a locking bit into another gate, and also you have different perimeters in a wall. If a castle is set up properly, this is an empire. This is just one gate we got to go into. They'll just lock us down and keep us there. There's no way on earth we can get out. And I'd rather be stuck in Naur Zhandia, where we know we have allies, than be stuck in here, fighting our way through bloody battle, and then Jorah pops onto my ship and destroys it. I've done too much work to lose my ship.
Callum,
Would I know?
I don't
do
want to
this
say,
normally.
I told you so, let's go to Naur Zhandia, but let's go to Naur Zhandia, I told you so. And I think Eric did so as well.
Are
Callum,
you really being sassy right now? I'll demote you from first captain.
I don't do this
Let's
often,
That's right.
but give yourself a hero point.
Oh,
Ooh.
thank you. We don't know my hero
Um,
points.
Look,
Let's go to Naur Zhandia then.
The
Would I know
inspiration.
if the the walls of force would be like compartmentalized like that, like split up?
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Let's see what you know.
And I also say, Cowlick, my plan was to go near Naur Zhandia. We just didn't know where it was at the time.
17.
Just?
17.
It's like an 8.
Okay. Huh. Hmm. What can I tell you with the 17, eh? Makes sense that the shield would be compartmentalized sections.
Okay.
If a whole shield needed to be activated for the whole island, it would require an amount of power that it is impossible to provide.
Yes.
And even like you are an artificer, you know that even the magic that keeps each island flying requires immense amount of powers, immense number of air stones. And you know that that's why they send a facton of like people like Gaba to hunt beasts in the places that are not suitable to bring back to the Empire, to bring those air stones so that they can bring in bigger and newer pieces of land to keep them flying.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just get the feeling that the shield is activated in a specific region, and it's not constant. Otherwise,
So it might be.
what happened, like the island fell and had an earthquake, would be much constant. They would require many more air stones for a smaller piece of land.
So the shield, they might have activated the shield for just this island or a few around it.
You get the feeling that based on like the speed that it happened, either it was activated a couple of kilometers before you came into contact with it, or that it activated automatically when something came into contact.
Okay.
Like it's not a reaction that somebody checking an arcane radar somewhere
No,
would be able
no.
to. Oh, there's something activate
Okay.
shield in this specific point of the island.
It's a proximity alarm.
Proximity.
mm,
Okay. So
Let's go to Naur Zhandia.
yes, I'm just thinking about how we get there. There may well be another shield like this that automatically activates. It would
What-
be easier if we were to disappear off their sensors so they can't track us on the way there. But that
I have
we might need to. Yes.
I have a question. Why would they bother putting a shield round an island that has a species they do not care about?
They probably still care about the territory.
And also, we don't know if it's one way or two way or
Yes.
other means of preventing.
This can be used for control, of
How
course.
do they control and create these walkers? We don't know, do we?
I have some.
I know,
bits,
you know,
but
but do we-
I do not wish to discuss this particular debate now.
No, there's a reason
from-
why. There's a reason. There's not just because of it. I think there's a reason why they're keeping beast walkers about. But this could be a wild conspiracy kind of theory.
Just like
Kaulika would go into the arcane offices play and start looking around for a magic amplifier or something like that in the arcane officers, and just start grumbling. I think I can, if it's possible. I think if I can channel my magical power, I could theoretically maybe make us invisible. I have that power on myself, but if I just try and channel it harder, then I could maybe cloak the ship, maybe potentially, if it's possible.
Give me an Arcana check.
Would that be useful if the shield is triggered by proximity?
If maybe it's triggered by proximity on sight, I don't know. But if they see that the shields have triggered, but they don't see visibly nothing, maybe they just said it's a false alarm or a burb flew into.
Well, we did answer them, so they probably know something's up.
No, but maybe in Naur Zhandia.
It could be helpful for us disappearing here, possibly. If
24.
So you know that they're, at the very least, in your time prior to the fracturing, there were these sort of devices that would amplify arcane magic. But just arcane magic, not divine magic or any other sort of magic. And the devices that were able to do so were not very much specific things, and they were bigger, like mountains full of like arcanotech, and they were used by the Kryllian magocracy, not by Ambrose. So you wouldn't really know.
Can I ask AzerrA a question? Do I have a connection with her? I believe I have a thing that I can talk to her once per long rest?
That was one of your long-term goals.
No, that was friend.
Oh, friend.
Yeah.
I thought I could ask once. Is it once every long rest? I can ask Gabba a question.
Yep.
That's a Freudian slip up there.
Yeah.
We're not traveling with Gabba, we're traveling with...
Could I ask AzerrA? Because she'd been about, would she know this? She answers in riddles. Could I ask AzerrA? Actually, don't worry. Come back to me. I'll think about a better way of doing this. I don't want to spend too long on it.
Okay. So I'm going to say, so far, you guys
Let's just fuck off.
have spent a total of 25 minutes.
Let's just fuck off. Not even wait for them to open the gates. Let's just fuck off.
I have one other solution before we can rightly just fuck off. What's the distance between our ship and the coordinates they've given us?
Give or take less than an hour.
Okay, so not fireball range. Fine. Yeah, let's go. Because my idea was we either comply, go in, wipe out the entire squad before they get a chance to do anything. We then have run off the island for a little bit.
Well, we could fight in here.
The heavy airstone collider has a range of 10 kilometers.
Which is a quarter of one of these hexes of the world map.
Yes, but sniping from 10 kilometers away
is still 10 kilometers away.
That's still 10 kilometers, yeah. Unless there's like another flying vessel, it's a surefire strategy.
But not everyone in the Empire is the enemy.
Hmm.
Oh, that's
And they
actually
do.
a very good point.
And they don't know who we are yet, really.
Because the only thing is that Quartal just doesn't have to step off the ship. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
We
The
can hide
rest of
Quadrant.
us, the rest of
Hmm.
us are still kind of okay, I think, right?
I'm wanted.
Yes.
I can
I-
look like Celia and no one will know anything.
Wait,
I-
so
let's just-
out of the 6 of us, who is actually wanted?
Bishar,
I'm not.
Gava, Quattle.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Am I wanted?
Yeah, well, technically you have to repay your debts, and
Yeah, you are going to Elam
Yeah, well,
as penance.
I immediately tossed that plan out the window. so was never
Oh,
really
I
there.
know.
I think we go to Zhandia. It gives
Yeah,
us
let's
time to
go.
think.
Just go.
Just Bishar, floor it.
Right. Floor it
Let's just
towards
fuck off.
Zhandia.
Okay. So you move farther away. Okay, perfect.
Can I?
What is
Two
going to
forward
be
missiles.
the route that you guys take?
I'm guessing what we would do is I would, using the old knowledge and the old maps of Longstadt Empire, I would kind of say, if this is this, let's head this cardinal direction.
It appears we kind of know where Naur Zhandia is.
Yeah.
I don't.
But I mean on the world.
Would we not be able to pick it up on our range map from here?
Nope.
Yeah.
We pick
need-
up a bigger landmass.
I can see it on here.
No, the,
Yeah,
ra-
we'd
the,
be well-
the
six.
radar is only 6 hexes.
Oh, and
Yeah, we can see it
Only
then. Is
those
it within
times.
six?
we need to get to here first.
No, there's nothing
Let's
for this.
aim- I
Oh,
know,
I see.
but let's aim for this first.
So instead of moving hour by hour, I want you guys to chart the full course, the full route that you think it's
Yes.
going to be, and then we are going to be moving on like 5-hour increments, and you get to choose if you change the course
I
or not.
would.
So
Do we get our
so-
downtime
I see.
activities before
Yeah.
we forget?
depending on if
Maybe should-
you are going to be all hands on board or just flying with minimal crew.
I think we do it that way so we don't bump into anything, and then it'd be up to you. I will stay up as captain. I feel like
You are
responsible for this
if
mess.
Gaba, Eric, and who else is the other evening?
That's me, I
Yes.
think.
And
And then that's
Aestrha
good. Sure.
stay up
Yeah.
for the next shift. They are going to take a point of exhaustion.
Yeah, no, fuck
Okay.
that. I ain't taking no exhaustion. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
But he's very
Well, because
grumpy at this point.
it's the morning now, right? So
It is
Yeah.
8
Yeah,
and a half.
So yeah, I am taking over.
yeah.
I think that works.
I'll let Gaba chart the course, and I am taking over the course.
Okay, perfect. So it's going to be 4, followed by another 4 for a total of 8 hours. I'm going to need
It's a long rest. Oh,
a piloting check, and
It's-
the
Right.
sensors check.
And can we safely say that we wait like a kilometer or two outside of the border?
Yeah,
that's why I did that for.
Give me the skill checks, and then we'll see what happens.
So who is making what checks?
I need at the bare minimum piloting, which is Thuras, and I need.
I will intimidate Thuras.
That is for like combat actions, not for like prolonged shortening.
Okay.
And I need like a arcane officer check, which is a perception, which would be Quattle. So the sensors is +4, and the piloting is also +4 because Thuras is also not proficient in air vehicles. And the captain can choose to help somebody.
Perception or what?
Or perception. Both of them are +4.
So no. For
You don't
I
use
can
your
help
skills.
and
You use the ship's dexterity, or you use the ship's sensors. Both of them are +4. What you can do to help, since this would not be like advantage on the roll, you choose if you either give your dexterity to the pilot or your wisdom to the arcane officer.
that's what I want to. What's your wisdom, pilot?
He doesn't add it. It's yours, Kaulikis, as the captain.
Yeah. But so I have plus. So it would be +4 plus my wisdom, which is +4, so +8.
Yes.
And Dex would be +4 +3.
Mm-hmm.
Which is more important? Which would fuck us more?
What does
The
the captain
piloting
think?
check's probably better.
What does the captain
Because
think?
it will
Hmm.
stop us.
The captain, the first mate, is the one that is making the decision.
Let's have it +4 +4. I'm going wisdom.
Okay, somebody roll for Thuras, a d20 +4. And then the arcane,
Let's go, me.
Arcane officer, Quaddle, you have +4 on your d20. Sorry, +8.
That is a total of 15.
And the
Blue
piloting?
pill 20.
Blue pill 20s. Okay. So during this next part of the journey, you can see how in the distance more parts of the territory keep appearing. You can see 2 of them, and you guys have been like flying close to the border that would be the airspace of these territories, and that's kind of like the key you figured out with that piloting check of 20. Not getting too close, and it doesn't activate. As you guys were like here circumventing this part, sometimes you probably got like too close, and the sensors were slow to catch up on how close you were getting, because the wall seems to activate very much spontaneously, so the sensors don't have really anything to pick up on it, especially when there's like no space between the islands, because I'm going to draw on the map a little bit, because you guys were flying from here, and you follow here, and nothing happened, so you chose to come a little bit closer. Nothing happened, and then the wall activates when you are really close to it, and you had to come back, and the sensors were not fast enough to detect that depth that you got into the territories. But thanks to Thuras quickly reacting to seeing the shifting of the light, you are able to avoid it without having to crash onto the wall. So you establish that for you to be safe, you need to be on the distance that is away from those lines that are drawn surrounding each island. It seems for a moment it looked almost as if you could squeeze through the islands, but Thuras says that I think I saw like 2 of those walls in front of us, as if I were to keep flying and something was going to crash us from the side, like a panini.
Okay, Quattle? I think... Do you have any idea what Naur Zhandia looks like? Is that Naur Zhandia?
Quaddle. That is Naur Zhandia.
Yeah.
That is
Okay,
Naur Zhandia.
okay.
Quaddle,
Okay.
you detect like hundreds of thousands even of like life forms of different sizes and shapes. No details, they just seem to be like humanoid life forms. You also detect far off in the distance of like the city, like hundreds of beast-like life forms, more like cattle or other sort of creatures.
Is there currently like a rapid decrease in those light forms?
No, nothing that you detect at this moment.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Give me.
Well, you never know. There could be a battle going on. So
Is there a rapid increase in those life forms? Do we have any bunny beast walkers?
No, this is like Korea's population. It's slowly decreasing.
what was the check?
Give me a history check. And by the way, ignore the blue lines that I painted on this map. Those are a mistake that I didn't have time to correct. Where there is like an icon of a bridge, there is actually a bridge. That was the mistake I was saying I didn't have time to correct in the beginning.
14.
14. Quattle, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what you know of Naur Zhandia, as somebody that didn't go to live there. And then, Jason, you can join up at any moment to provide details that would be common of life in the city and that people would know of, like, daily life there. Naur Zhandia was a place that was created by beast walkers, because after the fracturing, after the fall of Crintia, there was nobody to mind control the beast walkers, so that's how they stopped being mind slaves. There was a patch of land, the patch of land where Naur Zhandia is established, where a lot of like beast walkers broke free. They were kind of like a legion getting ready for an attack, and it was a military camp. But in the beginning it was chaos, because the people that had been turned into beast walkers were from many places in the world. They were prisoners of war. They could have been Ambrician, they could have been from the Freelands, they could have been from any place in the world. So there was like chaos in the beginning. In battling, people were not believing, now that they recovered their minds, what had happened to their bodies, until somebody, a woman, became kind of like the leader of the group by unifying all of the places. First by race, and then all of the beast walkers together, and they formed like a city, kind of like Zootopia, if you want. Because amongst the people that were captured, there were people that had been commanders, people that had been arcanists, people that had been lightborn, people that had been many things in their lives, and they were captured either as civilians or military. So all of these people together were about like 45 years after they became free. The Longstadt Empire came and saw them and dragged them into the empire. Similar to what happened with Elam, but without like a revolution, since the incident of like the bloody bridge had been established. They allowed them to be free. The thing that Naur Zhandia has to do to remain part of the empire is work the lands. So a lot of cattle, a lot of like farming, a lot of like hard labor is produced in Naur Zhandia. The city is like very multiculturally. You can see like architecture, like you can see like Chinese architecture next to like Sumerian architecture, next to like Japanese architecture in like the same block of a city. So yeah, that's kind of like the basic. Jason, anything to add to what you think the city is like?
I imagine, like, you know, amongst the sort of melting pots of culture there, it's like you've also got. I do think, whilst people do live all together, there are like hotspots of neighborhoods that are predominantly feline beast walkers, insectoid beast walker, canine beast walkers, etc., etc. And I think one of the, because the city itself is not really based up in mountains and such.
It's mostly hills and grasslands.
Yeah, exactly. So even if there were any sort of bird beast walkers, they'd probably struggle a little bit, just because their nature would be to be higher up than others. No, I think, yeah, there's not much of a standing army, right? It's mostly sort of almost reserve army type vibes, if there were any.
And they use a lot of like community service, doing like voluntaries, a lot of like things to build and foment community between the different species. Like Jason said, it's there are like neighborhoods, you know, like, oh, this is the Indian neighborhood, this is the Chinese neighborhood, this is the Latino neighborhood, kind of like that. So yeah, that is indeed Naur Zhandia. And at this moment it is 4 in the afternoon. We said
I would send out at this time learning from our previous experience, where we've been basically reprimanded for not reaching out. I would send out a signal to Naur Zhandia.
Do we remember what Eric's mum's called?
Before we get into that,
Lion Lady.
The rest of you went to sleep at 8:30 in the morning. By the moment that you arrive to where you can see Naur Zhandia in your sensors, it is 4 in the afternoon. That has been a total of 2, 4, 8 hours. Were you asleep all this time?
How much is a long rest?
8 hours.
8 hours.
I need a rest. I need to get rid of this exhaustion. So I'm just going to sleep.
Yeah, so you wouldn't have had time for like downtime activities if you take a long rest.
That's fine, yeah. I'm down to 1 exhaustion. Come on.
Did we have a long rest?
Yeah.
Did we have a long rest in the previous session?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, we did a couple days, so yeah.
Yep.
Then I would be probably doing downtime stuff in that case.
So you are not going to sleep the 8 hours?
I'd probably sleep enough for like a short rest.
Okay.
Let me just check something.
Ephraim is like a medic practitioner.
Yeah.
Sleeps in the engine room. He has like a small food underneath the computer.
Basically, yeah. And then I'm doing some artificer stuff in the background. But you said I was working on some.
Yes. Sorry, Bryn. Did we tell you that before you connected the last game, we did use your character to use the decanter, or did we forget to mention that?
You said I did some making of potions. I mean, we talked about it on the.
Yeah. Basically, you gave us all a bingo tick.
Oh, okay.
Good game.
What did they?
Me and Eric of exhausted, basically.
Yeah.
Eric is on 0 exhaustion.
Yeah.
So
How do you think we get there? How do you think this man got 0 exhaustion?
So this item
using and abusing.
This item reloads 1d6 plus 1 charges during nightfall if not used. So roll me 1d6 before you describe what you do in your downtime, please.
Okay. 5.
Okay.
And
It's up back to full. You have the 10 charges.
Exhaustion.
As I said, I can give you my dress to clear 2 exhaustions.
So yeah, what are you doing for your downtime, Bryn?
Well, it sounds like Gabba wants to have some exhaustion cleared.
Yeah, I've only got 1 left now. I think it's a waste.
Okay. Can Ephraim do anything to help sort of any repairs or maintenance on the ship for the downtime?
So like doing the boatswain. So
what would that do?
You flew for 8 hours. Your engine is at 17.
Yeah.
So you want to try to repair the hull of the ship during this time.
If it's possible, yeah.
Yeah. That would be the position of the boatswain.
I see.
Okay. So for the, I don't have it here. So
We'll see how it works.
Rules. Airship. Gunnery, moving, glitching, wrecked. I think I don't have the boatswain in here. And repairing damage. No, remove the critical damage. No, repairing damage to the hull. You need to stop the airship completely. And
I see.
you need the character that is repairing to have access to the outside of the hull.
Right. Okay.
And then
We can
you just need to pay for
dangle
the
him.
materials. Pay for the materials and make an engineering check, which is a tinker's.
Oh, well, I'd be proficient.
But yeah, you need to stop the
Okay.
ship first.
And how long does that take?
To stop the ship, you just need to find a place to land, and
It has to be landed.
in an hour you have landed.
Okay. But I mean, how long does it take to do the repairing?
Depends on the damage. Based on what I managed to read rather quickly, it says that you can repair engineering check. Every tempo. Okay. So you just make you need the materials and you need an engineering check. DC 15, and that is 1d4 points of the hull. For every 5 over the DC that you succeed, you add 1 extra d4 to the repairing.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'll probably, well, I can't do that now, but I'll keep that in mind for later.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, I will. I think I'll indulge something he was thinking about before and go to the kitchen and try and think with any of his alchemical stuff if he can make some kind of solutional meal that will like decrease like the effects of going through the miasma from what he's observed.
For the ship or for creatures?
For creatures.
Okay. So I'm going to consider this a long-time project for Ephraim. Let's see, Ephraim, journal, long-term projects. By the way, this is in your character sheet. I don't remember if you were here
Yes.
when we talk about this last game.
Yeah, I do know where it is somewhere.
Perfect. So let me just copy paste some stuff. Okay, thank you. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to say this is an alchemy skill check to create a miasma resistant elixir. You have 2 ways to approach this. You can choose to either do it cumulative, which means I'm going to set the DC, it's going to be a higher number, and you are going to make alchemy tools check and add them up. Or you can choose a number of successes. It's going to be a smaller number, but if you don't meet the DC of the check, you don't make progress.
Yeah.
So which one do you prefer?
Okay. Do I know what the DC would
Nope.
be? No. Because with the tools I'll get expertise, so very good. I don't know. I feel like the number of successes one is better because, yeah,
Okay.
because I have a very good bonus to it. So.
Okay. So, roll me an alchemy check.
All right.
That one, call it now.
And this is a moment, Bryn, that I will remind you, you have fate dice that you can use for this.
Yes, I don't think I need it for this. Would need it for this roll. So it's 15 plus. What's that? The bonus is 13, so 28.
28. That's a success.
Yep.
1 out of a couple.
Yep.
You start. How do you imagine Ephraim goes about this process of brewing a new concoction? You have acquired some knowledge over the last 3 days of how the miasma works and what is
Yes.
a term that you didn't know last week, which is aberrant energy.
So I think he's probably going to initially trying to figure some way of like holding or capturing like aberrant energy so he can actually work with it like properly and do experiments. So that would probably be fashioning vials and stuff out of the materials he has and trying different solutions to see what like works.
And you said that you are doing this in the kitchen.
Well, the initial thought was that it would be like
it doesn't have
as like
it doesn't have an impact. It has an impact on the scene, on how fun it is. So, are you doing this in the kitchen or somewhere else?
I think he would do it in the kitchen because he wouldn't want to do it very close to the engine.
Gava, at some point during the early afternoon, you wake up and you go to the kitchen to grab a sandwich. How is Gava walking through the ship? Like, what are your pajamas or sort of thing, or do you just walk like borderline naked throughout the ship?
We have Thuras on the ship, don't forget.
But Thuras
I
is
would dress
working.
up. No, I would probably always wear my captain's. I'm guessing I have a captain's coat. Captain's coat, like long johns, because my armor's disappeared. So just literally be my like onesie or long johns type thing, but with a captain's coat over and like a hat that's really poorly like skewed on, just like chucked on top of the head.
You have the billowing cloak, the cloak that moves constantly like Pocahontas, and somebody put like a paper on the back that says Captain. Good enough?
Oh yeah, 'cause I got my coat of non-stensioness.
And you are walking through the ship, descending on the lower deck, heading towards the kitchen, and you open the kitchen to grab like something to eat, like a sandwich or something, as you are waking up for breakfast at like 2 in the afternoon. And you open the door for like the kitchen, like a thunder comes out of the kitchen desk. And you see Ephraim falling against like a wall, like eyebrows half burnt, as if something just smothering in front of him. And you see for a tiny second like a small red lining that looks very similar to how Bishar describes the corrupted spirits. Just like almost like electricity tingling for a second between like a vial of glass, and it dissipates. And like it just smells. It smells like it's just rained for some reason. You know, when like rain falls and you just are like, huh, do I like the smell of falling bacteria?
I'm gonna grab a glass, make some water,
Oh, hey.
stare at you.
Don't worry. It's something you'll see. What food are you wanting to get?
I don't think I'm hungry right now.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're hungry, I can pause and make you something quickly. I can go back to it.
Would just put it out there for health and safety purposes. Potentially doing experiments in the workshop would be a better idea.
Well, I figured there's, we have all the things to clean up and be hygienic here.
I believe corrupted ham is not a nice edible thing.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. So why would I want to eat corrupted ham when I could just eat normal ham that's not been experimented with potentially?
I can get rid of it. I can do cooking. I can make sure there's no cross-contamination, It's...
I'm just going to file a health and safety report against you. I will leave it at that. If they come up to about 10...
I'll look
go
out.
from there.
I'll read it.
Ooh.
Sorry. To whom?
To whom?
Technically,
To myself.
the first mate is
Yes.
the one that takes care of the crew.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get straight in. Cody, look at this. You're like, just listen. It's fine. Do your things. Just make sure it's all clean. And
Yes.
if Thuras comes knocking, you don't know where I am. And I just slowly back out,
Gaba.
close the door.
Gaba, before you
What
back,
food?
out, you notice one thing: the glass that you were trying to get with water, no water has been coming out of like the faucet, and you know when the water of your house has been cut for like an hour or so, that then it comes back and goes like that. That's the water that fills your glass. After like half a minute of no water starts coming up again.
I eyeball him as I walk out the door.
Maybe we'll try it somewhere else.
Okay, and that's going to be your downtime activity, Ephraim. And it's
Yep.
also the moment that Kauliki would notify everybody about the proximity to Naur Zhandia.
Good morning, my lovely crew. We are nearing Naur Zhandia. I do want to make our presence known to the people of Naur Zhandia, just so we don't crash into a barrier again. I'm just going to say it. I would invoke the name Starcover, so anyone against it, just tell me now or rest in pieces.
And if you look out to your left, you'll see nothingness and miasma. Ding, ding, ding.
Please
Eric
fasten your
would-
seatbelts.
Yeah, I mean, Eric would immediately get up, get dressed, get to the.
Yeah, but
Would he get to the console? I don't.
He gets to the
He's
console,
torn
he sees
between-
Quattlein in his seat, stares at him for a second, goes, punch him in the face and throws him off the board for staying on his console.
I'm just
Nah.
gonna go research how to kill bloody Jor-Ralph. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I think he would probably say. Would he? Yeah,
First of
he
all,
would.
why don't you give me a
Here?
sensors check to see if you find a place to send a message to?
That's fair. D20 plus 4 plus my wisdom. Right.
Only +4. not-
On a wisdom.
The first mate doesn't
Uh,
like you. And she already helped somebody.
That's fine. That is a 21.
You do find a signal that connects to your ship in a similar fashion than the one outside of Elamia. But instead of making a connection automatically, it's almost as if you found them amidst a sea of things. And the signal strength of this place seems to be way smaller than the previous one.
I guess at this point I would have probably walked into the
At
captain's.
that moment, Eric, you notice with your sensor checks two things in the magic circles of Naur Zhandia. Just like you notice on the one for Armeria, the same scriptures, the same formulas for levitation and flying magic. But whereas the size of Naur Zhandia in area is very much similar to the one of Almeria, even Almeria is bigger, but it should be the other way around, because you are seeing the concentration of magical air stones that are keeping Naur Zhandia with all of those scriptures seems to be double the one of Almeria. And the other thing is that you notice Almeria is like a third of extra of the size of Naur Zhandia, so they should have a 30% more stones by size. Why do we have double of what they have? The other thing that you notice with the 20 plus,
Keeping them in, keeping
when
people out.
when you were checking the schools of magic of the previous one, I described you as seeing enchantment.
Can we get the Ace of the Runes here, up in here?
No, it's
Visha,
too far
Visha,
away.
are you awake?
I'm awake.
Could you please come down and look at the glyphs? Eric is describing some glyphs, and I think there are some magics happening. Could you please come down and look at the magics? Good magics, bad magics. Keep in magics, keep out magics. Please.
You sound like the mother of an ex when she tried to describe my job. He's doing a computer thing or something, I don't know. But yeah, Fisha will join you and try to see whatever it is you're talking about.
Bishar, I'm not even going to make it roll. You immediately notice the land is like 20 kilometers away from you. It's a speck in the distance. Eric, you find the same schools: evocation, enchantment, transmutation, with pulses of transmutation from time to time. There is a second pulse that wasn't in Almeria. You detect pulses of necrotic magic from time to time throughout all of the territory. And it is at that moment that the communication that you had found that you could establish whenever you wanted establishes itself as the communication goes out in an open channel for everybody to hear. Well, hello, darlings. We've been waiting for you. We have a spot ready for you to land, don't worry. We are just dying to meet you back home. Well, you are the heroes after all. That is a voice that you recognize, Eric, as you hear the voice of Luciana Valera speaking through the ship communication. And that is where we are going to finish tonight.
Why do we even bother trying to sneak around? Everybody knows where we are. Everybody knows where we're going.
I did think to myself, she's a fucking wizard. She probably scryed on us already. So, you know.
We still need to go find a tower. We need to kill Joralf.
I mean, Joralf knew where you were 2 days ago. So.
Well, Joralf knows. I'm guessing we know where. If I were to put a little bit of a conspiracy theory out there, this is what I'm doing at the moment. I'm no conspiracy theory guy. Gabba's full of beans. I got a feeling all silence know where each other are. If we just tap in a little bit.
So, that's it for tonight's game. We had a lot of lore. We had a lot of information gathered.
Yeah, next time we're gonna fight.
And now we
3
have
episodes.
a big threat. Apparently you are being invited to land. But what is there after landing? Find out in the next session of Fate Weavers. Keep on weaving.